All right, let's party. How's it going, everyone? I got just a theory. Huh. My explosion no work. Nor do my keys. What's happening? What's happening right now? How if I cannot jingle jangle, like what is the point? Okay, that still works. Weird. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm bereft of keys. My life is in shambles. How's it going, 14 on the YouTube side and on the Twitch side? How you doing? I just got this weirdest Amazon pop-up saying sub for Princess Donut Pink for an Audible thing, and I have no idea what the fuck that is. Get the fuck out of here. How you doing, Dark Muffin? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Tronic? How you doing, Matthew? Supremely nice. How you doing? My condolences about the cheek clapping. And how you doing, Krieg? Welcome, 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 welcome. How you doing? How you doing? How you nerds doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty legit. I got these lads. So it's like I still have like a boatload of miscellaneous projects to do. But like I'm deeply worried because I know how my brain works. Now, this is an interesting question, Krieg. Not that I think you're wrong, but I like how that there's two parallel, very different answers to this question. What do you think is the sad news? This, like I said, this isn't like a right or wrong answer. I'm just curious what direction you're going with this. I'm curious where this is heading. Also, how you doing, Jay? How you doing? Yeah, okay. I heard Dolly Parton died, which that's another one of those things where I'm like, she's old and she had a good life. I don't feel much sadness in my heart, but like, you know, it sucks she's dead. Well, because like the reason I made that statement is because the other one is so how you doing, Charlie? How you doing? Is that the fucking what's it called? Warhammer was like, oh, John Warhammer was like, you know what? I'm finally taking those firstborn out behind the shed. It's finally time. Everybody is shocked that they're like, I can't believe they Legends the Predator and Tactical Marines. I'm like, motherfucker, the writing has been on the wall for like a decade at this point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that I can understand people being apprehensive about, because ever since basically the start of like 3rd edition, Marines are always going to be the benchmark army. Not that they're the best, but like that they're like the standard that other armies are balanced around. So like if Marines are suddenly like more lore accurate, which is probably what they're doing, and they get to be they're like fuck strong and fuck huge. They do all the like the intercessor squads shoot big shoots and get big stabs. It's gonna make the rest of the fucking game potentially very, very like a weird place. Like you're in a world now where like plasma guns and like auto guns feel different just because of the way that shifted. Why don't masochists like charcoal? Because they're propane and propane accessories. I like that one. I think I've heard that one before, but that one's a pretty legit. What is the cursed knowledge today? What be the cursed knowledge? I'm like adding another little layer of yellow, like dirty yellow to this. It's never going to be cling, but I also don't want it to be cling because it's repurposed work stuff. Technically undead. Wait, did you like fully die? Like, how you doing, nobody? How you doing? What do you mean by die? I feel like I should have learned this J lore. The Jennifer Lopez of whatever the fuck is going on. You're just casually like, oh yeah, you know, technically I died before. I'm like, what are you talking about? Did you tell me? I just forgot? Which I could see that. Yeah, I guess we're good. You died twice in 10 hours. Damn, I haven't even died once. What the fuck? Already over here lapping me. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. For me, I think the issue, I mean, I also don't play newer editions, so once again, I don't give a fuck. Never serious player skip for Land Raiders. Oh yeah, I mean, like lore accurate as in like, so that's how you doing, Solda? How you doing? We brought up plasma cannon because that'd be too strong. I mean, the Omni side does not allow such DACA. That's orc shit. What I mean by lore accurate is like, so way back in the day, a Space Marine was like not better than your average guard guy. But like when a bunch of guard guys like lit up a Space Marine with fucking last gunfire, not last cannon, last gunfire, you're like, oh damn, they got together and jumped a guy. And like now, if you like see anything like a book, like every Space Marine's taking 8 million last shots directly to the face. They run super fast. They shoot super accurate. They stab super hard. So they'll kill my list. Oh god, that sounds fucking rough though. You've strung together. You've technically died too. Hey, what if that's like the common denominator and that like every single Hellbound's like, oh, I too had a near-death experience. Now I'm here. Now I'm here. Weird. Yeah, it's definitely newer lore. I will agree on that. It comes and goes. I mean, at the end of the day, I know deep in my heart that Space Marines operate off of inverse ninja principle, which is old kind of terminology, I guess, at this point, but I think it's still basically around in some form. If you find one Space Marine in a book, or like he's the captain or whatever, if he's a named character, he's going to be really strong. If there's like 100 Space Marines, or like if you're into Heresy where there's like a billion Space Marines, everyone dies like paper. That's just how it is. So like I've always kind of graded Space Marine strongness on that scale more than any like real actual like hard and fast lore numbers or like what era of the game. Because that's always felt more accurate. Always spells in here. Hey, at least you heal from negative energy. Which, you know, that's a plus. yeah. You guys are actually in purgatory. It's fucked up. I can't say that you're in hell now though, because you're not playing League of Legends. It's red hot moment. So like, you're not quite. God hasn't quite forsaken you yet. You could go there. I do Captain Psychos. Yeah, exactly that kind of shit. You know, like Titus Space Marine. I mean, is like a novel. Is like, you know, I said novel character even though he's in a video game, but he's got like novel character plot armor. How you doing? How you doing? That's why Warhammer heals you. Exactly. But yeah, so it's like I get why Games Workshop's doing the Space Marine changes on all accounts. I just don't think that, like, I mean, the number crunching is a little different. I was like, how you doing? Welcome. We're talking about hot Space Marine gossip. It's not gossip. It's just news. Games Workshop is tweaking some numbers and taking a bunch of Firstborn out behind the shed. Which, once again, if you're sad that Games Workshop is taking guys behind the shed, yeah, but base D emote, indeed. D's a very nice lady. D's a really, really cool lady. Once again, like let me shout out. Let me shout her ass out. I'm gonna shout her ass out. A demote, if you will. Once again, it's hard to find VTubers who like match my level on like the type of like TTRPG crazy shit. And no, D's up there for sure. D's right there with. Actually, no, that's not true. D's higher because like I split my focus like a motherfucker. D's definitely got like TTRPGs locked the fuck down though, for sure. Hey, let's go. For a brief minute, Oni, I thought you were doing like an Ocean's 11 bit, and I don't know why. I was super confused. Like, am I missing the bit? Oh, speaking out. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Like, I know, like when Eisenhorn fucking like bopped the Noise Marine through trickery. I was like, I didn't feel too weird about that. I was like, that feels fine. I don't mind like the Space Marine wank. I'm like, even though I'm somebody who like legitimately does a, like, you know, all my armies are chaos, so like I can't really say too much about Space Marines because I'm basically playing like the cherry Dr. Pepper of Space Marines. It's like, yeah, no, it's the same, but it's got a slightly different flavor to it that you can be fixated on. Playing Electric Miku. Hey, let's go. I mean, not nice that you're getting destroyed, but that's a fun one. I have a soft spot for the Miku edits, even though I purposely, for moral reasons, stopped doing the, I did not get the Miku Commander deck because I was like, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, by the way, for people who do not know, these are my Rust Vultures. They are a custom homebrew chapter that I am trying to get painted. The entire Armageddon box, ideally. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that she, like, went her way from like BDSM on accident to fucking a library, which is you know, one of the most career trajectories of all time. No, it's great. It's great. It's great lore. I like. I feel like a lot of people, I'd be like, you're full of shit, but like, I feel like the fact that like it comes up naturally in conversation, but it never feels like it never feels like a bragging thing with D. It's just like, oh no, that's just some weird shit that happened. Anyway. Anyway, let me talk to you about horses. Yeah, no, yeah, D went to a DM workshop, thinking it was for like tabletops, and it was about bondage, and she just kind of was like, and I think one of them gave her a job at a library. Something, mind you, I'm not D, so like I barely remember things anyway, so my recollection on the story is very weak. But that's like the rough approximation of what happened. Like close enough for government work kind of deal. Yeah, just like Chunkla Ceramite, but also Space Marines also have plot armor in there. Yeah, how you doing, that guy? Yeah, I need to get these guys done a little bit. I need to get these guys done at least a little bit. Because like, let's just say this. I know my brain. I know what I'm going to do. If I let these sit for too long, they will never get done. They will never get done. So like, I'm taking, even though I have other projects that actually have like a bit more time sensitivity to them, I was like, yeah, I can take a little break. I can get the lads have some work done, and then I'll feel not terrible. Yippee. I say feel terrible. It's not like I feel bad painting these guys. It's just more like, I need to get my shit together. Haha. Yeah, oh yeah, straight up in Betrayer. Mind you, the Custodes was weakened, but like a bunch of dudes, after the Custodes gets fucked up, overwhelm him and like stab him in the joints. Stabbing Space Marines in the joints is like a fucking like magical. It's basically like a spell. You can do whatever you want to a Space Marine if you stab them in the joints. Like they become useless. Which I mean, joints are rubbery and not as reinforced, so it's not like it's like totally a bullshit way to take them out. But it's like when you make a Space Marine super invincible, you got to give them at least like some flavor of Achilles tendon, Achilles heel. My bad. Achilles, I think it's the same dealio, kind of. Sometimes a tendon can be a neck. It was a joint operation, indeedly. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get these guys done. These are the Eradicators. And I chose the Eradicators to try to work on getting done just because, like, you know, they are... What's it called? They have big base. They're big guys for you. And also just, like, you know... They're actually, like, fairly close. They're actually fairly close. How's you doing, Valkyrie? Oh, yeah, same, no. I, like a lot of people, wouldn't do particularly well if you stabbed me. I probably do better than most people, but, like, you know, just because of, like, the rubberiness. But, like, other than that... Oh, I got stabbed in my Achilles horse. It's the horse I keep around. But if you stab my horse, I implode. Alas, I'm hoisted by my own Hercules. I don't know. I want to do like a petard joke, but that didn't really work. There's not like a good petard equivalent for Greece. I mean, it probably is, but I just don't. I'm not a Greek scholar. Anytime, you know, that's not happening anytime soon. This is my area of expertise. That did remind me too. I did pull up it's gonna sound dumb, but I got reminded of Rodden, the VTuber, recently, and I found a channel that actually translated a lot of her talks about fine art. I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's go. Someone's area of expertise would be fun to listen to. I still like that that's her niche. That like she's not just in Hololive, but she's like a fine art VTuber who happens to be in Hololive. I find that really impressive. I find that really impressive as a thing to be. What I'm trying to do right now is all these little... Where'd the nubbins go? Your nubbins round on the side, or are you just nubbin on the middle for the back part? I think just in the back part. Kind of like eliminate a gray because I've been doing like thin glazes to kind of like touch up some of the oranges to make it a bit smoother. By Marines. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious because, like, I mean, Games Workshop in the past has also made things that have cool stats shit by points, so they could make them just ungodly expensive and then no one runs Marines, but I don't think that's true. I don't think they're necessarily going to be, like, they could be broken. But I don't think it's like a guarantee necessarily. But yeah, once again, just if at any point you're like, boy, I wish I could do some cool stuff from like, I wish I could use all these old units. Don't worry, there's plenty of systems for that. Certain hag story. I thought she used to at some point. Maybe she just doesn't anymore. Maybe she just runs out of history, or just like the map painting takes over. Yeah, it's tricky because like niche topic VTubers are very interesting, but then sometimes it can be easy too. And I've been there, you know, where it's like if you do like a niche thing, like I think I did like a couple like tabletop deep dives, and I think I want to go back to those at some point because they were fun. But it's like if you see like a big dip compared to usual, you're like, oh no, everybody hates that. I will adjust accordingly. And like sometimes that can be the enemy of art. That can be the enemy of like doing something fun and creative. But also sometimes that's just the only metric you got. Like that's the tricky thing about numbers poisoning, is that on one hand, numbers are like, oh no, numbers aren't real. Numbers aren't real. Do what you want. But like a lot of times you don't get like a good indicator that something is or isn't working. Like it's just hard because like there'll be people that give you good advice, but then that never takes into account basically like the silent majority who just like, lurkers did not like this. This is the way they communicate. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of going the idea that like the shield is just like mostly just going to be blocking shots anyway. Like if the Eradicator wanted to see, they'd be more rocking like this guy. You're not wrong though. You're not wrong. I'm gonna try to angle the heads so that they're like slightly more in view. I'm also not super worried about it. To be fair. I didn't give you a little pistol when I did this, because I still vaguely want the guns to be orange, or like darker orange. But yeah, just like Babinka does like cool like art things as well, like little art history streams and whatnot. I'm not biased. I'm not biased because I've been featured on there multiple times. I'm extremely biased. I'm extremely biased. I've been on there multiple times. Still very cool though. Still very, very cool shit. I say, how you doing, Wee Biscuit? How you doing? How you doing? It says you're new, but your name sounds familiar. But how you doing, buddy? If you do not know me, I'm a Halbernaut the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle Skaven variety. And I'm currently working on some Eradicators because I need to get them done. I love how like my never-ending Sisyphean task of getting my minis painted is just like, I have to get these done. Oh, that explain it. How you doing? How you doing? Like, there we go. Pattern recognition is activating, but I'm not sure how. But yeah, there we go. There we go. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm currently working on the lads. They're relatively going pretty well. There's like I said, these guys are like fairly close. I just have like a couple of miscellaneous little bullshit bits to do. Also, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Yeah, it's just more DACA. For context, for people who don't know, this was a part of a chapter that was created on stream by audience vote and suggestions and cool stuff. And so these are Marines that like to loot battlefield items to power their shit up. And not like Blood Ravens, more like they'll take scrap and they'll kind of like use it to like basically kind of do a solid snake and just procure arms and armor on the battlefield. I guess more arms than armor. You know, Space Marine armor is pretty legit. They'll do like patchwork stuff though. So yeah, they're using a lot of like orc bits. Also, just because you get a lot of orc bits. Chapters for these fellas, indeed. Oh shit! Actually, that also does remind me too. A little fun bit continuation on that stream. In that stream, the Sons of Anubis, the ones who were basically like had a old Iron Warriors relic that turned out to be like a Catan shard, and they were getting influenced by it. I actually had them show up in the TTRPG I was running. When I mentioned I was doing Imperium Maledictum, I actually had them, what's it called? They got on the Wheel of Pain after they did not get voted. They got the thing of they were out of the system crusading, so I had them show up. But like in an off-screen sense, so like whenever I like telling like human 40k stories, I really like to keep the Space Marines like really the way the fuck out of the way. So I pretty much did I did a thing where they were, hey, I know you, how you doing, Al? How you doing? I did a thing where they just happened to pull into the system the players are going to be in to fight off some orcs and are in the process of fucking off to like continue their penitent crusade. So yeah, that was fun because I was like, well, I want a Space Marine chapter here, and like I could drop a Cannon chapter, but like, nah, I mean, one, not, and two, also it just gives me more freedom to kind of fuck around with the setting, which I like. But like, you know, I have an excuse to have a chapter who's just like, could answer a timely distress signal way outside their normal zone of operation. Yeah, it was them and the local guard regiment that, the guard regiment took heavy losses, but you know, such be a book. I really like it. I really like running Imperial Maledictum. I'm gonna be doing it again this Friday, and then maybe like one other Friday before my group's usual game kicks back into gear. It's interesting though. I love DMing, and this is making me remember a lot of the things. Like, so I've mostly ran one shots since I became a VTuber. I've had one campaign as a VTuber on stream, and that's just because every time I've tried to do one, schedules fall apart. Like, I was going to do a Changeling game for a while, and then it did not survive the first session just due to player schedule issues. Like, someone had like a multiple month family issue. Not their fault. I always cut people a lot of slack when they have like something like that, and they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't feel sorry if you, like... I'm always of the opinion that if like something was inflicted upon you, you should never feel sorry. Because if you had your druthers, you would not have that inflicted upon you. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I was doing like the regiment was holding off an Orc-Wa by themselves until like they were nearly dead, and then the Hail Mary distress signal just happened to pick up some nearby Space Marines. That's how you doing, Bean? How you doing? How you doing? I'm working on some lads. Ooh, it's not working. Yeah, it sucks me out because like. It requires a lot of work to get Changeling together, so when it petered out, it was really sad. Also, I was also kind of excited about the idea because I wanted to do like during the 60s, like Haight-Ashbury area of California, but with Changeling bullshit. So you got like the hippie movement, a lot of like kind of like political protest and like college campus sit-ins and just like general civil unrest. And then you got like fair folk dicking around and shit. I was like, oh, this would be great. And then yeah, it just did not work out. Did not work out. Looked upon me by another friend, and I feel like he should apologize. Okay, that they can apologize for. That's fine. Once again, though, could be worse. Could be League of Legends. Could be League of Legends. At the end of the day, you know, there's always hope at the end of the tunnel, unless you're playing League of Legends. 1960s. It was basically using like real world history, but just kind of going with the idea that like in the middle of like Haight-Ashbury. The players were just people who were recently... Because the way Changeling works is... I love the base idea of Changeling. In Changeling... Yeah, exactly. Get some woodstock and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Where in Changeling, you are kidnapped by the Fairfolk, and they leave behind like a little robot made of twigs to keep living your life. And they torture you forever. And by the time you escape, you're so fucked up and warped that like... Even escaping will shred your soul on this big kind of barrier between life, like the Fey world. Yeah, Changeling the Lost. Yeah. And so you show back up at your home, but like your family is living with somebody who's not you, and they don't know. Nothing's changed for them, but like you're like let's say you like rip through the veil, and now you're like a troll guy. You got like big horns and a big snout, and you got maybe like green fur or whatever the fuck. And if you go, "Hey, family, I'm back, I'm real," and like you've been gone for 30 years, they're gonna assume that you're like a monster and try to kill you with sticks. And so yeah, we didn't get super far in that one just because like life stuff happened. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it wasn't luckily it wasn't any of that. It's just also there's like the inherent fickle nature of VTubers. That wasn't their fault. Like I said, legitimately somebody was like my family's having like a major crisis moment. And they did warn me. They did say like, hey, this is going to happen. And then I was like, well, we could just wait it out for a bit. And then a bit turned into a lot. So, eh. I mean, I got a pretty solid one shot out of it. So it's like, I don't feel too bad, but there is definitely like wasted potential that never manifested. Yeah, the Lost is the Chronicles of... I'm going to be honest, I generally know old World of Darkness versions of most of the, World of Darkness setting. I really don't know much about Changeling to Dreaming. Changeling to Dreaming is one of those that, like for the most part, the new World of Darkness, I guess now it's Chronicles of Darkness. People were like, well, the rules are pretty solid, and some of the lore changes aren't too bad, but a lot of the it's missing the sauce of the older stuff. That was usually the general consensus, but it did feel like Changeling the Lost ate all of Dreaming's lunch, but I could be wrong on that. How is it? Oh, how's the podcast doing that then? I'm curious. So yeah, like that's like maybe like a potential white whale of mine that I would like to, like, not even that campaign, just get a Changeling thing going. It could happen. It's not impossible. Not impossible, just very unlikely at this point. I also got other TTRPGs I kind of want to run instead, though, to be fair. Oh, that's... I have a weakness for those kinds of things. Like, I really like the codex compliance stuff for that Snipe and Wib do. Just because I really like just seeing just the way, like, a material changes over the years. Also, I love White War... Celebrate your mod. Hey! Congratulations on your mod anniversary. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Pachi. How you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? We're reminiscing about Changeling and TTRPG stuff. Hey, let's go. Hey, how you doing, Rookie? I'm glad you got your haunts. I'm so fucked up because I keep thinking fucking Ashton Martin, the VTuber, whenever I see that name. I'm like, that's not her. That's not her. That's a horse. And it's just like a funny little brain rot thing that would never make any sense outside of like the funny little part of the internet I operate in. Oh, but that's not for studying, you know. Also, if you need to like focus on the studying, you know, study important. Study's important. That's one too. They choose a D&D campaign. I do like D&D changelings. I do think they're neat. I thought like, once again, I think Eberron was such a cool setting. Yeah, I ducked out before the auto run. It was just like Spark Farming killed my spirit, and I never want. I don't think I have it in my heart to ever go back because of that. It was like the first gacha in a long time that broke that. Like I fell under its spell. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, and then it was like, oh no, this is a gacha game. This is still a gacha game. Also, how you doing, Zetai? How you doing? I still have to spend all my time in order to progress. And with Spark Farming, it felt bad because at least in other gachas, you'll get like the equivalent of like I got like 4 boar testicles, like WoW fetch quest sort of deal, where you're like, well, technically I can turn in these boar testicles and feel like I'm building to something, but like I would just do a run. And I would just get like a guts at sea, even though I like purposely teched for not getting that. And I'm just like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? This is nothing. Okay, you look at you, handsome lad. I did not do anything with the helmets previously. Crossing the border? Oh shit! Okay, well have yourself a good stream. Take it easy, yo. Let's see. No, I think, wait, what? No, I think they're supposed to still be just T5, which is still pretty ridiculous. You might be thinking the Terminators, though. The Terminators are going to be, like, even spicier. Which is, once again, it's weird, because as a Chaos guy, mind you, once again, I also just don't play New Edition, so I'm not actually bothered, but I'm just like, huh. That's also going to get really bananas town in my neck of the woods. How you doing, Ranchero? How you doing? No. Is it like a video game? I'm gonna be honest, I'm so out of touch on actual D&D that it did not even cross, like, I was not even aware. Oh yeah, though he had the bolter, how you can do like 2 shots at strength 5 or 1 at 6. The character. That is kind of cool. I will say whenever somebody's like, how play D&D 5th edition with me, I usually do gravitate towards the Warlock. Part of it's because I have a soft spot on 3rd edition Warlocks, which I thought were a really cool idea. And then also just because, like, you know, deep in my heart, I can't help being an edgy, spooky caster man. Like, Raistlin was the wizard that taught me that magic was cool, and he was a spooky caster man, even though he was a traditional wizard. Something like that. Yeah, I might check that out. I don't know. Then again, like, I don't know how much I give a shit, like, about just, like, playing a game like that. So how you doing, Lunar One? How you doing? I played Baldur's Gate 3. If your friends all suck, I'm gonna be honest, you might just want, like, but you, okay, I guess let's clarify. do your friends suck because they want to play Baldur's Gate 3 and they're like real slow or bad, or do they suck for like other reasons? Because I mean, that could be fun still. That's not like, it's not like impossible to have fun in that. Have that. No, clearly the game plan though is to show all your friends the really cool place on the internet at twitch.tv/Albert. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, you can, but like, don't feel pressured. I'm joking. I'm goofing. But yeah, actually, let me Google that for later. I'm at least a little curious. Also, sometimes D&D has really insane trailers. There's like a not Baldur's Gate, but I think like a Neverwinter Nights spin-off thing that was just like all like shaky, like GoPro cam style action screaming, which was just very weird. pro gamer marketing. I love how like there was like that period where they're like during the like we want the Call of Duty audience. Like, how do we get the Call of Duty audience to give a shit about swords? And I think the answer to that was just Doom Dark Ages, but like Oh yeah. Oh, third-person action loader. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If you ever want to finish that game, play it by yourself. Like, just have like a parallel campaign by yourself. I have finished one group co-op RPG once. It was fucking Divinity Original Sin 2, and that was after like 3 other failed attempts at getting one together. It was very silly. You could totally do that. You could totally do that. I mean, don't get yourself in trouble, but you could do that. I do like how I apparently have been on. I've been in Squids' shop. I've been in Squids' shop, and then also I have apparently been in somebody. There was like one guy during my Goemon streams. He's like, "Hey, my boss has you on the TV," and I was just like, "What the fuck? The fuck are you talking about? What? Huh? For what purpose?" I have very strong mixed feelings about Divinity Original Sin 2. It is an incredibly fun game, but it has to be like one of the stupidest RPGs in terms of story I have ever played. It's amazing that Larian was able to make a Baldur's Gate. Like, I'm kind of impressed. They just keep like it's like the. I mean, I didn't finish Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, the Larian one, but I was just like, this is the same people that fucking made Original Sin 2? Really? Surprising, actually. Gotta get fixed. Oh damn. Yeah, maybe there's like an update or something you just gotta get. They gotta get. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hard to work out. A little bit of that glazed on orange. Also just to kind of make it smoother in some spots. So, okay, I guess the question is, like, I'm also willing to put a big asterisk that like my group played it in chunks, so I don't think I ever really got to fully digest a story in like a reasonable short time frame. How far did you get? How far did you get? Because the opening is pretty good. The opening is pretty good. So like if you only played like maybe to the like you go past Fort Joy to the next zone, you could be like, okay, there's like potential here. A lot of it falls apart in Act 3 though. I mean, that's like a pretty common thing, but no, Act 3 in Original Sin 2 is just like, what the fuck are you like? It's essentially a game. Okay. I thought Act 3 was really weak. I feel like I don't know, like the villains were never set up properly right. Like I remember during some of the reveals where they're like, it was me all along. And I'm like, what? Okay. Okay. I don't know. It's like I said, maybe if I played it solo and maybe if I played it in like a shorter burst, I just felt nothing after a while. I felt like the game was doing a lot of very fun side quests, and then at the very end it was like, oh shit, we gotta wrap this campaign up, and they did that. That was my personal takeaway from Original Sin 2. That's my takeaway on that. Spillage there, which is not great, but it's fine. The thing is, I think it's just like an industry-wide thing, because like, here's the thing. You have a limited time, you have a limited budget, right? Okay, let's say you have the energy to do 3 good acts. You have the energy to do 3 good acts, and you have 2 good acts, and you have 3 acts to do. Act 1 has to be baller. It has to be Baller's Gate. Well, because if Act 1 isn't good, reviewers will bounce off. Yeah, a lot of deathlock in the sewers. A lot of people turned out to be the bone boys. Yeah, no, Act 3 was like the arcs portion, I think. Yeah. It was like Thane was a cool character and I liked him, but then like everything revolved around Thane after a while, and I'm like, none of this really felt set up in a way that I find intriguing, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've been, you know, battlefield looting. Well, I always thought, so like, honestly, a lot of my big takeaways with the way Larian does things. This might also be it. Somebody needs to punch all the Larian writers directly in the head. Not because they're bad people. They're just, somebody needs to drive in the point that no one gives a fuck about their OCs. And like, the way, okay, when you play a Larian game, they really, really, really hope that you will play, you know, a named PC they made. So like, if you played Baldur's Gate 3 and were ever like, this party feels weird. Individually, they seem fine, but it feels like a party of main characters. It's because deep in the heart, Larian really, really hopes that you'll play one of them. If you're like, man, Gale's kind of stupid. Yeah, because they hoped that you would play Gale, and a lot of people did. A lot of people did play as Gale and not themselves. Not a huge amount, but like a non-trivial amount of people played Gale. And like they gave you like a very slight concession with the dirge. The call the dirge. I forgot the bad one. You're the bad guy. Maybe it's Act 4. I thought it only had 3 acts off the top of my head. It's been a while. I might be getting bits of the acts together. Yeah, the dark urge. Yeah, that's what people call it, the dirge. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm remembering acronyms. Yippee. But like, that's always bothered me because Larian keeps doing this. Like here's a theoretical scenario for Divinity Original Sin 2, right? Me and my buds. Oh, I'm not blaming you. Like, it's been a million years for both of us, and also like, it's an easy game to forget. Gotta get our acts together. Hey, but like, here's the thing. If we play, if you and your 4 buds play, and you all play OCs, you're missing out on a lot of story. You're missing on character-specific quests. You're missing out on, like, little hooks into the dialogue and little snippets of the setting. In a way that, like, this is gonna sound weird, but, like, Skyrim wouldn't do that. Like, Arcanum wouldn't do that. Any TTRPG, like, any CRPG where you are, like, and have any ability to customize your character, even the bare bones minimum ones would still be like, oh no, this is your character. You made a guy in the guy making system? Yeah, of course you fucking would make a guy in the guy making system. Yeah. Here you go. Here's the tools you need to get everything out of the story, but Larian's like, no. Did you play your OC Do Not Steal? You should be playing Asterion. You should play Asterion instead. He's got like backstory and plot and stuff like that. Who are you? You're a schlub. Anyway, you got worms in your brain. Doesn't matter. What about these other guys? Eh? Don't you want to play them? Eh? Oh, you want to kiss them? That's fine. But like, what if you play? What if we're Larian? What if you played Gale and made him kiss Asterion? Oh, would you like that? Would that convince you to play? No, you made your own OC to kiss Asterion. God damn it. I guess that could be an excuse for that, but my issue, like, for me, the idea of, like, the replayability would be like, oh, I'm playing a different type of character. I'm playing a good guy, I'm playing a bastard, I'm playing a fighter guy, I'm playing someone who's stupid, I'm doing, like, the equivalent of, like, a one-hit run in Fallout. The idea that I would play with my OC and then go back and play as Fane just doesn't make sense to me, personally. And that could just be a preference choice, but, like, it always drove me nuts. But yeah, exactly, Paranoid. It's a little bit of that. I mean, that's why they had to, like, you know, give them cool backstories, because they want you to give a shit. They want you to give a shit super hard. Yeah, oh, 100%. I enjoy making my own dude. That's fun. That's why I play CRPGs. Like, that, for me, that's always been the strength of CRPGs, because if you're playing, like, you know, like a JRPG, you have a set protagonist, and the strength of that is you can make, like, a very specific character, and, like, how they think and how they feel and stuff like that, you know? If I vaguely recall that Will was, like, pretty, like, heavily rewritten in, like, later stages of the game. Something that's really fun to do. In the Magic the Gathering set, how's you doing, Chael Skills? God, no. I have taken a huge pause on them to work on other projects, which is why I'm trying to paint them a little bit more tonight, because I'm trying to get back in the saddle for that. But yeah, like, so the Magic set that came out in Baldur's Gate, that the game took so long that actually most people in there are running off of, like, beta prototype personalities. Like, mind you, you mostly see, like, a picture, so it's not like you're getting, like, the full lore. But, like, here's like a good example. Here's a good example of that. Let me just get this out. So do you guys, somebody like Minthara, she's, like, not in the game a huge amount unless you're a bastard, but then you get a crazy. She's also voiced by Emma Gregory, which is my favorite Warhammer voice actress, 100%. Yeah, but this is her magic card, and it's, like, a different look and a different vibe. I mean, she's an elf cleric, and she's got, like, a sacrifice mechanic. But you can kind of tell that, like, you know, I'm gonna clear out some of these posters. Go, man. There's a lot of that where it's like, oh, they clearly had a rough idea in mind, but it wasn't refined yet. Nothing just past 2 games. Oh, that's unfortunate. The suffering is real. Oh yeah, yeah, true. I did like the magic respec mirror. I did like the magic respec mirror as just somebody who likes to fiddle with stats. I'm okay when a game commits. How's that, User Sebastian? How you doing? It's going good, and we ran out of Toho Bossa Nova. Let me fix that real quick. Hold on. Let's do this then. There we go. I don't know. I need to think on that one. What would be my... Hold on. I know. I'm gonna put a picture of my favorite card on screen. It's a fun card. I love it. I love it to pieces. Yeah. Approach of the Second Sun, baby. Let's go. I also really like Cryptic and Nelid because the idea of Scry 1, Scry 2, Scry 3 is very cathartic. But basically, it's like you cast it, and then if you cast it again, you win the game. So I like playing decks where that's my win condition, and I can do a bunch of, like, cool Pillow 40 stuff, and then, like, eventually reach a board state where I can just, like, play that twice in the same turn. AKA Elminster, yippee. Let's go. Love that lad. Relax. Yeah. She's just pretty fun. Oh, it's just pretty fun. Like I think I had like almost like a little negative thing against her. No, not because of her fault. I think I mentioned again the internet and their horrible thirst for dommy mommies just drives me nuts. So like she got caught in the crossfire on that, which is unfortunate because she's like a nice enough character. I did not have any real true hatred in my heart for Carl. Actually, I was just like, everyone, like, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up, please. I'm gonna need you guys to be quiet like a little bit. Orange is going pretty good. Did I get the full stuff on him? Maybe. I feel like these guys are going to have a bunch of little crevices that I'm just going to inherently miss, and I'll have to deal with that later, but that'll be fine. No, I mean that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's like Mill's not good. Mill's typically is typically not good. There's decks to make it work, but I'm not. Like if somebody plays a Mill deck, I'll be happy. I'll be like the regular happy of playing Magic with people that I enjoy. But the people, if somebody gets upset against playing a Mill deck, it's just like a sign that they are like, unless they're doing some sort of like. If a Mill deck is milling correctly, it's either milling themselves or it's part of a combo. And at that point, it's not like, oh, you got beaten by Mill. You got beaten by a combo that included Mill, which sounds pedantic. But like regular guy who's like, oh ho ho, Mill 5 cards. Okay. Did you like advance your board state? Did you put a blocker? Did you get an enchantment that's gonna do some stuff? I guess I do. I guess I do Grinch it up a bit. Like there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with Mill, but like there are people who are like, oh my god, if you play Mill, you're a bastard. You should be beaten with sticks. I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You gotta like you need to evaluate your decks a lot better. You need to get better at playing the game. I'm sorry. You will eventually, and I believe in you. Oh, like. Trying to be ace in a modern CRPG must be like turbo hell, because those games are like, especially like early Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, the mind flayer dude who has got like he's not like a mill. I mean, he's got some mill to him, but he's mostly like a horror deck that brings stuff back from the graveyard. Yeah. I mean, like there's like a couple of strategies like that like employ mill to do other things, and that's also like once again, it's like, oh, for me, it's like, oh, that's like another thing deck that just happens to mill. Once again, very, very pedantic. But I also don't get angry at it because it's just doing its thing. So yeah, I do Grinch it up quite a bit. Oh, speaking about Magic though, I think I posted this on my schedule, but I know a lot of people don't check my schedules because they hate me. Oh no, yeah. Playing other people's cards. That's what I was talking about. I think the like Captain Ingathrod or something like that. I know he can do that. On Thursday. Yeah, I'm playing this bad boy. I'm playing the Dreamcast Magic the Gathering game, baby. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be like a series or anything. I think I'm just gonna get this out of my system once, and I'm okay with that. That's all the catharsis I really needed. That's all the catharsis I really needed. Which is gonna be fun. So, I get this. Like so many little nubbins on these guys. Yeah, I keep forgetting to check when that, like, what block was active when that game was a thing, because that's potentially gonna give me some insight into what sort of Magic I should be playing. I think this is. I play EDH. I play EDH. It's just what my friends play locally, and I don't. I don't have it in me to. Oh, yeah, I guess there was that new. There's like just some like no play. I don't really have it in me anymore to keep updating my decks to chase meta. Which to be fair, you don't have to anymore. Sanford, we should get. Oh, you should definitely get that then. Hell yeah. Or at least play a game on that turn. That'd be sick. But yeah, no, I don't play Arena, and I don't really feel like playing like Standard and Paper, because I don't really like. I've done that before. I've done that, like trying to play a competitive format in a game I enjoy, and it's just where money goes to die. That's really at the end of the day. Like I have to sacrifice money or time, and I don't really got either. So I'm okay with just playing EDH. But even then, I'm burning out. I mentioned before, I'm burned the fuck out. I'm very tired of new Magic. It's really funny too. So like for one thing with that is they're doing secret layer booster packs now because we truly live in hell. Also, I'm gonna get the hits real quick while I'm bitching about that. But yeah, it was like that. Like those guys who do like kind of like the real cool artsy cards. It's like Misfit or something like that. Like Misfit something or other. But they're doing like fancy versions of like playtest. They're basically taking like, if you've ever seen like Magic early playtest cards, they're actually really cool. They like, you know, they're really abstract looking. They only had access to kind of like random scribbles. Like they were like they're neat. And I believe the Secret Layer is trying to like mimic those, but also they made a booster pack for reasons that I'm sure Wizard of the Coast will be like, oh no, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be expensive to buy for you know, for lore, for feel reasons, you know, that feeling. I hope people will realize that you can just make your own cards like that, though. I need to do so. I need to do some Magic card making, but I don't know. Right now my active pithy rebellion is better. That's what I'm looking for. This is gonna be playing an old Dreamcast game. Yeah, I mean, because there used to be a thing where you could just buy a box, and that was like $100 and some, and that was like, and every, you know, like an occasional treat. Like, well, okay. A new set came out. There's only one big set a year, and then there's 2 smaller sets. So you know, you can like do that for fun every now and then and not feel too bad. No, you can't do that now though. Also, boxes keep getting expensive and whatnot. It's just probably the earliest it's turned into bitching about Magic in a while, but I'm okay with that. Up. How you doing, Sam? Not a huge amount. I've not even hit my first commercial break yet, though that is incoming. I'm working on these lads again. The Eradicators. There we go. I was like, Infractors? No. Interceptors? No. I'll eventually get the variety of just generic Space Marine they are. It'll come to me eventually in a vision, a dream even. Where's my dark gray at? I was literally using that earlier. It's a blue. But yeah, no. I'm working on these guys tonight because I have not in like 3 weeks, and I need to get at least, I got like a little something. I gotta get a little progress done. Right. The light gray. Now I just need to figure out what the fuck I did with my medium gray. Brown gray, black, brown. I was a bitch about World of Warcraft with 40k. We were bitching about 40k earlier, but now if you're bitching about Warcraft, I have zero context. I bounced off of WoW really early on, and I just never got in there. Yeah, I think sometimes like there's almost like bitching is kind of a community activity, so it does, like, you know, you get the usual like in-group, out-group signifiers and like communal shared experience and stuff like that for what can be a pretty isolating hobby. So like I'm not surprised that bitching becomes like a regular occurrence. Oh my god, I put it like way off to the side. What's happening here? It's like, why can't I find this? It's them, the ancestors. Those vile fiends. There we go. Yeah, so that's just kind of inherently, I think, just like a thing that comes with any sort of big multiplayer game these days. But no, it can be annoying, which is why I'm like, oh, I don't want to be negative all the time for Magic. I'm usually like a pretty chipper, happy dude though, so I'm not super worried about like becoming the ultimate negative Nancy. Just when if it involves cardboard. And cardboard specifically. But yeah, so thinking like those the cards that are coming out in this like new secret layer. I was like, oh yeah, people can make those. Those are actually easily makeable, and if you don't care about like the cards you make being a resellable product, you can do a lot of cool shit with those. Which is something I think I need to start doing. Maybe that might be a fun stream for next week. Maybe next Thursday. Because like I said, I don't need to always like. I think leaving Thursday to video game if I want to is kind of nice. I think that's kind of legit. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that world building stuff kind of like they kind of lost the plot once they stopped doing the black books. I do think a lot of things we attribute to a lot of like glory days of 40K stuff is just specifically the Forge World Studio. Like I think when it was Adam Bly when he died. I think a lot of that was lost, just kind of never to return, because it was like the sort of just kind of like built on his shoulders. No, I mean that works. That works. Also, like anytime you ever go online to like a Twitter argument about people who are bitching about 40K, always ask them to show models. It's really funny. I don't do it personally because I don't like instigating stupid fights on the internet, but every now and then I'll see the consequences of a stupid fight. And you'll always see like when somebody who is like terminally culture war in any real aggravating way, and someone's like, "Hey, can you show me the models?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't got any." And you're like, "Oh, okay, cool, never mind. Working. I mean, that works too. You know, I think for mostly it was Bly who was just keeping the studio alive, more than like so like I could definitely see having a preference for other authors within there. But yeah, I think once he passed, his everything was going to explode. Look at that spicy helmet. Oh fuck. Bandit chambers. Ooh. I just built like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of cool Trench Crusade stuff to talk about too, which I'll probably do when we get back from break. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, a lot of I didn't even see your reply when I said that. I'm very excited about those. I'm very, very excited about those. I was at the point where I was like, well, I basically built every model I want to build for Trench Crusade, and no, I got ideas. I got ideas, my friendos. But I'm gonna activate the ad break, and I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Wow. Ah. Fuck. Okay, I was trying to fix it. I was trying to fix my jingly keys. They do not work. I might need to do some updates or something like that later. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. No. Online is now Trans Crusade rules are free online. So yeah, I saw that. So like I was under the impression that the new rules were going to be like, I didn't think there was going to be new rules. I thought for the sub factions. I love the fact that the sub factions can now do sub factions, and I love the Leviathan Shawls where like the idea that I can run a bunch of anointed that goes fast with SMGs is pure sex, and I want to start calculating stuff to get that list. Music should be playing. Hold on. No, fuck, hold on. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Huh. Maybe I wasn't playing music on Sunday then. What the fuck? All right, there we go. Music should be back. No, it's set to not. It's set to not. Hordes are neat, but I definitely lean tall whenever there's a war game though. So that's the bit I'm most excited about. A ghost to refuse. Oh, you have to. If anything, you have to make up a ghost if there is no ghost. I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair. You gotta keep the spirit of whimsy alive. Hey, no, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I understand that sometimes streaming platforms can be stupid for no reason, so do not apologize or worry. Yeah, these are beaky Gravis helmets, which is such a neat thing that I found online. I love that even my Gravis boys can be beakies. Just gotta kind of get. Trying to get that. Ideally, I want to try to get them all painted and get them glued on the appropriate body just for like extra coverage reasons. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think these little side bits are fine. That's whatever. But yeah, they also like they have a scary amount of anti-armor, which is kind of neat. And I wonder if it's the game devs realizing that like having 3-up armor in Trench Crusade is really baller. It's really, really, really baller. So like I'm not surprised that they're like, maybe we should give like more factions more ways to deal with that. So it's like fucking whenever the Sultanate's getting their armor piercing bullets, and then whenever that I'm curious what the fuck they're gonna do with the Pilgrims. Because I was kind of whatever on the Pilgrims, but if the variants have variants, there might be some cool Pilgrim shit too to get me interested, which is exciting. I can show you once I get like this little bit of paint on here. I can show you guys. I have some models in mind. I have not picked these up yet. But I've been they are on the My Mini Factory sale, so I'm like, ooh. Anointed, you say? So the same guy that did the big fuck off towers for the for my Great Unclean one, and also did the little crab mech for my Sentinel. They also did these. These are technically robots. And that adds +1 to martyrdom. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Hell yeah. I was always bummed that they were never worth it. Look at these bad boys. I'm like, oh, these would be very good underwater anointed. Maybe give them like a ragged cloak and maybe some sort of like big fleshy shark trophy on the back. Yeah. I think there's... Oh yeah, the summer sale's on right now. It is going for another 19 days, so you have plenty of time. I've picked up a few. Also, yeah, maybe like a big anchor too. I got me fucking Vtuber Minis gave me a free month this month, and I was like, oh shit. Hell yeah. I was not expecting free month, so that's always nice to see. Chapters work as allies. Probably whatever. Hi, Dancer Nicholas. How you doing? Oh God, yeah, no, the great. You know what was really fucked up though? Like, I'm not surprised by any of the squatting, but there were so many people who are like, they left Dreads alone. Let's go. And then like the Games Workshop was like, oh, clumsy us. We forgot to get rid of the Dreads. And then they went back like, oh yeah, no, Dreads are removed too. Shit lips. I'm like, oh, brutal. Oh God, they do look like the little. They do kind of look like the Baki, like, just like, it still fucked me up so much to learn that was an edit. I just took everything Baki face value, though. I was like, yeah, that's probably real. I can't wait to see the context, and then the context hit me when I was reading, and I was like, hey, those sons of bitches. They be goofing. We being a little sillier. Yeah, exactly. Because like, why would you doubt that? You know, with like everything else that happens in Baki, like why would that be like? You know, I don't know. I've seen a lot of things in Baki. I think a man being in a hospital bed, covered with only like a tiny little bandage. Big if true. Also, like, I'm sorry when my jingly keys don't work, but there's going to be some jingly keys moments. There we go, just for like eyeball stuff. Scoot you around. This is what if anyone ever asks you what a baby space marine looks like, if they're like actually the gene seed, no, they're lying. This is what a baby space marine looks like. Right after a space marine hatches from larva, this is what they look like. They hatch with the helmet. It's like a My Little Pony cutie mark thing where they're like given that biologically speaking. I don't think that's even true for My Little Pony. I think that isn't it? Don't they get like a big festival where they get one? There's like a thing for them spiritually. Like they have like a big birthday party or whatever, and then just like a symbol appears on their ass, and like that's their job now. I'm vaguely aware that's a thing. That would require me to watch enough of that show to actually know what's going on. Space, yeah, pupa, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you go space larva, space moth. Space cocoon, they do it backwards for some reason. You know, the Emperor works in mysterious ways. And then after they hatch from the cocoon, they become space marine. Then there is much rejoicing. Space larva is just a dude. Oh yes, a space larva, also known as a human. Splarva. Everybody loves their splarva, right? You guys treating the splarva in your life pretty good? Everyone else says, yeah, exactly. They're gonna be listening to stuff too. I believe. I fully believe. Once again, as somebody who plays older editions and Chaos, I'm gonna go to my LGS and just see if there's like suddenly a whole stack of like $10 Predators. I'm just like, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Oh, they get branded with their autistic fixation. Okay, so did I get to choose them? Because, like, I always assumed that was just, like, a thing that was, like, given to them by their, like, there's, like, gods in that, right? Like, that show has, like, actual, like, deities that, like, bless the ponies with eternal sunshine and whatnot, and everyone else has to have, like, shit weather all the time. I'm sure there's a video essay out there that explains how that, like, actually My Little Pony is, like, a fascist dystopia that we'll never know. And I will never watch that video essay because I have, like, I waste a lot of time. I'm not quite at that level yet. I'm not quite at that level wasting time. How you doing, Cersei? How you doing? Comic Hulk. No, as soon as you said Wiggler, I also thought of Homestuck. So, like, no, that don't worry. We suffer from the same disease. How you doing, Cersei? How you doing? A Subimago. I didn't know about this. Am I actually gonna learn something from being like doing a joke? Ooh. Oh, this is like a mayfly. Oh, I love them. Oh, these are fun lads. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. They're like fucked up little half-wing flapper dudes. Oh, they're adorable. Let me show you guys a Supimago. A name that I'm surprised has not been stolen by Pokemon. Yeah. One Little Pony's like, oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to learn what I'm gonna do, and just suddenly they just get a cutie mark of like the Twin Towers burning, and they're like, what's my cutie mark say? And everyone just backs away slowly. Look at this! Look at this Supimago! Look at this little thing. It's adorable. It's like a shrimp with wings. Like I enjoy the schwings very much. Oh, hold on. There we go. A little guy, exactly. It's so shrimple. It's that shrimple. I love that like shrimple is still like just kind of perpetually carries around through like online just like joke slang. It's like it hasn't gone away really, and I like that. Like that very much. I think that thing is destroying the ecosystem, probably. Also, how you doing? How you doing, Maxie? How you doing? Yeah, the Marcus Slanesh, they're like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I have been branded with a cursed life. I mean, I wonder if it's ever like an episode where somebody just has like a pie on their ass and they're like, I don't want to be a baker, and then they're like, oh man, I have to be a baker now. This sucks. And then they find out they're like, oh no, I'm not a baker. I'm a clown. Oh, and then everyone claps. Did a driving lesson today. How did you do? Yeah, do you got your license now? Did it go well? Hell yeah. Quest of Self-Discovery. That might be it. Once again, that would require me to watch the show, and like I said, I've only watched like 2 episodes because I was just with some family, and I was like, well, this is certainly a show. I don't know why people on the internet are going apeshit about it, but it is certainly a show. It is a show out of 10. Good creep fight. There we go. Thank you for the hydrate. Moved and replaced with equal signs. Oh no, they got inducted into the cult of math. Ah, big stretchy. Oh. I have like a vague awareness that word is bad, but for reasons I don't fully remember. Physical recoil. Yippee! Let's go. You know, man, this really clashes with my passions. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, though. I think that's conceptually neat. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I think for the main demographic, it probably made a lot of sense. And then also, like, you know, I don't like Bluey as a thing where it's like, yeah, Bluey is aimed at kids, but like it's written smart enough that like if you're an adult, you won't just be screaming miserably in your chair forever while your kids watch it. And then it just kind of turned into like a whole thing with like cum jars and tulpas, and there was like apparently like a pony. Apparently at one point they were trying to use AI so they could like infinitely voice shows forever. Like, but this is like during like really early AI, like to the point where people were like, where are you getting this tech from? And I think there was like a brony that was like, oh yeah, I work at like MIT or something like that. My details are a little fuzzy there. My worst bit start, but successfully dodged. Yippee! Let's go. They had such massive lots of knowledge and made every person hereditary to try compensating. Oh yeah, that's I mean that's gotta suck in general. I'm very like, on one hand, like I'm very thankful that like the idea that like you have to be the job of your predecessors is no longer a thing. I wish if you like had the option to have a job, that would be cool. I wish the economy was better, but I do like that you're like you're gonna be a baker. No, and you can do other things, and it might not be the easiest, but it's like feasible, you know. Autistic TikTok people got in the Bluey. So, see, I always feel like I've heard a bit more for like more like regular people. Like I haven't even heard about like autism people getting really into Bluey. It's always been more like people who are parents or like adjacent to parents are like, oh yeah, no, this is actually pretty good. It's actually like a reasonably solid show. I've not watched an episode of Bluey, so I could not tell you myself, but that's vaguely what I've heard. Yeah, you gotta write your shit down. You know, it's very easy to be forgetful. Source me, very forgetful guy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like like my adopted family are kind of like all over the place genealogically, so I don't even know what like would have been like my like if I had to take up their lineage profession as my job, I don't even know what I'd be doing. Shadow Warriors. I don't know. I know I'm very not knowledgeable about fantasy elves, but I do know what Shadow Warriors are, so go for them. Run them, because if one time I was like, oh, this would be maybe cool. I have some models for them. Maybe I could run them in Mordheim, only to learn that they are the most broken warband of all time. Like people give Skaven shit, and then you roll up to the club with Shadow Warriors, and then people put curses on your bloodline, kind of deal. I was like missing thoughts on these guys. It's really weird. Where it's like I'm definitely consistently painting, but there's also just like. I guess these guys were both like less done and more done than I thought they were going to be, where it's like they look like they're like stuff is happening. Gotta get like a bunch of like little saucy angles and whatnot for a lot of these. Yeah, I just did not get the interior of this guy's leg. Yippee! My father was an OnlyFans model. His father was an OnlyFans model. My grandfather was the guy that like at the black and white photos, like films, the spicy films. He was the guy with the bucket in between sessions. So you know they've been moving on up in society, but you know there is a family tree. Holy shit! You're telling me that you're Jay Norway? What the fuck? I'm a huge fan of Norway. You know the country. Not anything specific, just Norway in general. It's like a vague sense of Norway. I like repaint. Oh, repaint that rock anyway. I can also like. I also go like dust up the feet a little bit, so I'm not super worried about them being super precious and whatnot. There we go. Oh, you say that sounds like you want to be. I mean, I guess Cobbler still exists to some degree, but I wonder if like they're either doing like era appropriate shoes for like movie sets, and then I guess like people who are in Ren fairs. I know that's a pretty big overlap for like people who do historical clothing, and then also people who pretend to be like, you know, to go to the Ren fair, because you got to do something during the off hours of the fair. Let's go. Be down with that. I got you. Aren't you kind of in a way? Like in like a more modern-ish, vague sense, I guess. But yeah, no, I think at one point I was looking vaguely into like the what's it called? My adopted families, like if there was like a last name profession, and it was basically the equivalent of being a dirt farmer. I don't want to say it for like doxing reasons, but it was like, yeah, no. If that job had to remain true, I wouldn't be doing pretty good. You probably wouldn't be seeing me because I would be out in the fields. Oh, gamekeeper. Oh, gamekeeper's real. Yeah, I'll say that's much better then. Okay. No, okay, I totally get that. Hey, don't kill this deer. Hey, don't. Stop it. Stop it. All right, I'm shooting you with an arrow now. I assume gamekeepers did more than that, but that's like the stereotypical like gamekeeper in my head of just like some guy who just watches all the cool deer. I guess you also have to do like, you know, keeping the deer population up, and probably some level of like animal knowledge and husbandry and whatnot. Still sounds cool though. Still think it sounds neat. Let's glue some heads in there. Oh, they get spicy arrows. Gotcha. Third generation bureaucrat. Oh damn. Sounds like some like ancient Chinese like dynasty stuff. They're like, no, my family's from a long line of bureaucrats. Let's glue this fucker's head in. Knock my glue down, which I didn't like. That glue might be hosed. Hate deer too much. Same. I mean, I'm like I mentioned this before. I'm I can deer are vermin to me because they ruin the family's Thanksgiving by breaking their neck on the windshield of the car I was riding in. That feels a little high on this guy. It's supposed to sit a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Okay, he's got like a fun little tilt. There we go. Okay, nice. Hat maker of some kind. I mean, one day making hats is cool, but also like, so every now and then I get reminded the way that like hat makers used to legitimately go crazy because of the mercury in the hats. Like I'm talking about like old American hat making from like they're like let's take a whole beaver and make it into a hat. Like I got reminded like so there was John Wilkes Booth who killed Lincoln, but the guy who killed John Wilkes Booth was a guy who used to make hats and was so filled with grief after the death of his wife and then also how the hat chemicals that he cut his own balls off and joined the army. Which is a combination of words. Like everybody was like, the Civil War is an infinite realm of pain and horror, and he was like, oh no, I love this. I think he went through like 4 tours of duty, which is insane. Like damn, son. He's typing this on Rome. Ah, yeah. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm afraid that we're creeping up towards that in some fields, so that's not gonna be great. Even if it's not that catastrophic, even stuff like animation is just kind of like, well, you don't got the knowledge for that. Of course, I go for like tall rat more than anything, but I guess that works. This thing. Where that there's a hole in the back where I can put the neck. I guess I keep assuming that these are going to have like more of a like recess to them. But I guess not. No, it looks pretty cool though. It's like looking, he's like gritting. He's gritting his shit. Nice. Herbivorous long raccoon. I mean that feels accurate. Can't amuse your oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's true. So how you looking? How you looking, my lad? How you doing things? Get a little bit more burnt orange. Oh my god! Oh, that sounds awful. Because that means you have like so many years of service, but then you get none of the cool benefits. I guess if it's like an elite unit and you still get a claim to be like a veteran, that's a thing. But like, oh man, that sounds like it sucks. Sounds fucking awful. Because no one can fix it anymore. Oh, I would not be surprised. Yeah, no, that's not. I'm not jazzed about that. I wish so many things in society didn't have like load-bearing old people. Not that I'm like old people should never have knowledge. It's more like, hey, old people, if you're gonna die, you should like tell someone. Tell your grandson. You know. That's fine. If you want to ensure your grandson or your granddaughter has like a job, you can hook them up with a little bit of nepotism. That's fine. I just like things to not break when you shuffle your mortal coil. I think that would be swell. I think that'd be nice. A little bit more. Yeah, I'm trying to get like a little bit more of the burnt orange in the gun. Wait a second. Still coming along. Oh, maybe let me back up the medium again. I'm definitely don't need to be this zoomed in. Do not need to be this zoomed in. Looking pretty good. Definitely do some metal on that. Do it on the 2. Fuck, hold on. There's like still just like a little bit more around the corner. I also need to do some joint bullshit. Just like little metal bullets I gotta do. From the back angles, maybe. Yeah, but maybe we can make the parts anymore. I do wonder if we will just reach a point where like we could 3D print the parts, or like 3D print molds to like cast new parts. Maybe that'd be nice. I'd like that. So in production for the old guy. Oh, okay, that makes sense too. I like every now and then I keep running into this in just life in general where I'm like, why is this bad? And I tried to like untangle all the various bits that led to this decision. It's like just like the way the internet is now. It's like, oh yeah, it's because like, you know, like ads just kind of drowned your average website. And that kind of happens because like no one really wants to pay for, like, a lot of times people don't want to pay for websites or content because it used to be free forever. So then people try to make money by jamming ads in everywhere. And then once ads were jammed everywhere, everybody hated it because it looked like shit and ran like shit. So then people would go to like a social media site because those don't have ads. And then you got like Twitter happening, being Twitter, and then you're like, oh fuck, okay. I think about stuff like that every now and then. It's like, I don't know how you unravel that problem. Like, I don't know what's the step you have to take to like really like some of these things is just like layers and layers and layers of like shortcuts and band-aid fixes and like poor decisions that compound the poor decisions in a way that's not like that's super noticeable at the time, but then like decades later you're like, oh, that was a poor decision. But there's no way you could have known, or maybe you did know and you didn't care because it's gonna be like a decade in the future. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's much work like theoretical worrying about it, yes, but like I don't know if like I can really do much as a person to stop a lot of that. So I'm just like, you know, I'll continue to enjoy life painting minis, and then someday if there's a great societal collapse, I guess I'll just like, I don't know, perish. I'll just perish. I'll try to get my backlog done before them, and then just like when the bandit raiders come to my house to eat my cereal, I'll explode. I think that's a doable game plan. So how you doing, Sealand? How you doing? Oh, to be fair, so like I have been a very off and on mini painter. I started in 2011, but that was not, and I painted for like a little bit, but I didn't really have any guides. I didn't really have any practice. A lot of it really just determines like taking your time, getting clean brushes, practice. Kind of like sometimes it's just like, okay, I don't like the way this looks. Why don't I like the way this looks? Like, oh, the paint's too thick. I need to learn how to thin my paints. Or like maybe I just didn't get the right color, or maybe my color theory was kind of weird, or like maybe I just like didn't have a good grasp on how thin the paint was or how thick the paint was. Honestly, a lot of mini painting is like a little like bunch of just like little like decision points that sometimes you get accurate with. I'm not even like the greatest painter ever either, but like a lot of stuff like that will help in the long run. But if you're just starting out, if like you said, you literally started a few days ago, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. We also do live in an age, luckily, where there's like infinite tutorials for everything you could possibly want. So if you're ever like, how do people paint X orc? Luckily, like back in the day, you're like, well, you buy white dwarf or you eat shit. So that's why you get so many like horrible minis. And I don't mean like, oh, the paint is slightly too thick. I mean like I have like 5 layers of paint and I must scream kind of stuff. Also, Sela, I don't think I gave you a proper howdy. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle's game variety. I do all kinds of minis. I do some Turnip, I do some Trench Crusade, I do some Warhams, I do maybe some Quar at some point, but that's kind of on the back burner for like a million years. Oh, also in Zealand, thank you for the follow. Welcome to work. I like looked down to like pour some paint out. I was like, oh fuck. I don't know why that jostled me, but like, thank you. But if you do have any questions though about like what paints I use or like stuff like that, list building stuff I'm not gonna be able to help you with. I'm mostly play 3rd edition, so like I'm wildly out of date with whatever the G-Dub's current spice is, but I'd be glad to help as much as I can. And yeah, these are homebrew chapter Space Marines called the Rust Vultures. They kind of do the Solid Snake thing where they like to deploy without weapons and sort of pick stuff up on the battlefield. They do a lot of salvaging gear. So they use a lot of, they'll be fighting orcs and they'll use a lot of like ramshackle orc bits to like reinforce their armor and like restock their weapons and stuff like that. Third edition's current 40k. It's current to me, unironically. I'm gonna be playing a 3rd edition game in on Sunday, actually. I need to get my list together for that. We're doing... So, my friend found a 3rd edition homebrew codex for Imperial Knights, and because he's had Knights kicking around, has never got to use them. Which is funny, because I've got Knights kicking around and I've never gotten to use them, but still. We actually use that thing, so like, there's like the... It's like the strategic value of 3rd edition, which I've never really used before. It's basically like armies that are kind of smarter and more prepared will have a higher strategic number that they can roll of d6s. And whoever gets like the biggest die gets to sort of determine whether they're like the attacker or the defender and like what category of mission you fight in. It's a potentially neat system because we were talking about like, well, we always just kind of show up with generalist lists because we don't like, we always just kind of determine what we're going to be playing the day we play. What if we generate a list in advance? What if we build one out in advance so that way is like we could kind of do some like cool like maybe like semi-teching for each other and stuff like that. Not like a real sweaty way. Just as like kind of like, oh, I know my opponent's playing X. I can kind of cater a little bit more towards that. Also, how you doing, Casual Maker? How you doing? Bling. Dropzone Commander. Dropzone has always been one of those games I've always seen at like the periphery doing stuff. I'm like, oh, that's neat. But I've just never made an attempt to get into it. I do like some of the ship designs, though. They look like they'd be a pain in the dick to paint, but they also look very, very gorgeous. Sorry, hiccup. I've been hiccuping a lot more lately. Maybe I will eventually need to get like a hiccup counter. That'd be fucked up, but maybe it's finally time. Maybe I just been like holding off on it. Like I was just drawing out the inevitable for far too long. You got that rock on your base, which needs painted a little bit. I got some parchment, some prayer skull stuff I need to do. That up, maybe do some stuff with the pouches. Pouches could use a different layer. I could do that. They do it for me. I had a Brigadine Brown and there we go. I think these two. But yeah, Oh yeah, I'm like the guy that catches like the zombie disease, but I hold out for a while. 6.5 years of being a VTuber, and I've finally caught the hiccups. Alas, egads, I can only hold off the infection for too long. But yeah, dropship would be kind of cool. Once again, I think there's still like a weird lingering part of my brain that's like, what if you had an army for every war game? Which is like an insane concept, but it's not that, like maybe not every war game, but like a lot of war games share the same bits. Like round-based fantasy, square-based fantasy, sci-fi will get you to play a lot of them. Maybe also like a historical army, like a World War II historical army, and then maybe like Vikings. That would get you reasonably far for like how many war games you could play. Something like that. Yawn zombies. Isn't it like there's a? I feel like no, Pontypool I don't think was a zombie movie. I think there was like an infectious word that did some fucked up shit. I don't think it was explicitly zombies. I'm trying to think of. I was like, is there anything that would be kind of close to that? I think that's probably vaguely about right. Also, I was recently told by a friend of mine who heard that I liked bad movies about a very insane. What's this fucking movie called? It is called The Last House. Apparently it released recently, and it sounds really stupid. but I'm intrigued by how stupid it is. Like, I don't know if that fits in fantasy movie night. There's like monsters, but not really magic, and there's no swords, so like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. But like the way like they were describing it, I was like, oh, this must be like a weird movie from like 2006. Some like weird low budget 2006 movie, and then I just got like a message back. You're like, oh, it's this one. It was like last year Kung Pao went. I do need to do Kung Pao. I was gonna show it for my birthday week, and I didn't. I need to do that. I need to do that. You know, how about let me check. Let me check something real quick, because I have another movie I potentially want to watch maybe next week. That's a secret. But if I can't find it, maybe Kung Pao. Maybe Kung Pao would be fun. So that's it. That's always like a very interesting slippery slope. I don't do a lot of like kung fu movies on movie night. Which is odd, because they're like, they fit. Like, a lot of them have swords and magic, so they're definitely there. Like no doubt about that. I remember, the funny thing is, I remember Kung Fu Hustle. And I would watch it, and people were like, this is the best movie of all time, but I was like, but this isn't Kung Pao. And they're like, no, it's better. And I'm like, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong. You're wrong. True. There was the, like... I know the vague idea of what the movie that Kung Pao is based on is. And I know it has an English dub, so technically that would make it a lot easier to show for movie night than a lot of other... I think it's the limiting factor, is that, like, a lot of fine kung fu trash is not in English. And I do movie nights in English dub just specifically because, like, sometimes movie night's like a second screen activity. So I always want to leave that open, but maybe every now and then I can make an exception. Every now I can do that. It breaks my wrist. Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not usually bothered by pet death, but I can understand why that would like ruin a movie. Honestly, it kind of takes a lot to phase me on things. I remember like so like my local group is doing after I do the Imperial Maledictum, they want to do the edgy, like we're gonna be doing an evil campaign. But like for the first time ever, my group has pulled out like one of those like consent forms, like one of those like what is too much for you. And like I don't mind those, like morally speaking. I'm just like, I'll take whatever. I'm not really phased. So like, all right, Hal, did you fill out the form? I'm like, yeah, just do whatever. That's cool. It's cool. Explode babies, eat dads. Who gives a shit? It takes. There's like a couple of instances of things that like fucked my shit up that I remember. Like there was I never read it, but there's like a really graphic doujin that I think I saw like little snippets of on Twitter that was like, I just remember that there was a panel of like babies in soup, like a fetus soup, and I was like, oh god, fuck. And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, oh, well, that's like, this is gonna sound weird. I'm like, oh, it's good that there's a limit still, that there's still like some level where I'm like, oh, Yummer. First little fucking reaction, that was amazing. I was like, oh no, cool, okay, I can still feel revulsion to some degree, you know? That's true. I guess I didn't check off don't ERP, but I also know that someone's like, ooh, I'm playing a skeleton. I'm playing a skeleton covered in metal spikes, so like I don't got an active dick in that campaign. And if anyone wants to have sex with the spine skeleton, I'm sorry, they're getting impaled. They're gonna die. It's not gonna be erotic. Unless you're into that, but like, I don't know. Most people aren't. Yeah, true, you're right. I will have a bone to pick with them. I have a bone to pick with you! Oh god, I just made myself sad again, though. It's because there's like Skeletor cards now. Fuck. Even it's not even a bad fit for Magic, and I'm still bummed. I'm just like, oh, okay. This is the world we live in. Yippee. I do have metal spikes, yes. I'm a metal kineticist for Pathfinder because my group still likes Pathfinder a lot. And I like my group enough to play Pathfinder. That's it really. They're like going to Gen Con so they can get like extra Pathfinder books early and like keeping up with the releases. I'm like, I'll play that. I'll play a Pathfinder if I have to. Kind of whatever on it. I gotta get the hands at some point, maybe. Yeah, making him Tiny Bones was a strange choice. Like, I'm okay with him not being like a bespoke card because fuck bespoke cards in Secret Layers, but like, are there no other skeletons? Is there no other skeleton you could use? Never found a single path. Not a single time. It's fucked up. Pathfinder? I hardly know her. I love dropping minis for dramatic effect for no reason. A little bit on there. Being crucified for, yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those things that, like, yeah, I guess, like, whenever, like, a baby gets, like, graphically murdered. But even then, I don't know. I think the soup threw me off because it was, like, a photorealistic drawing, but I don't think in, like, a campaign, if you're like, and then the demon ate the baby, I'd be like, all right, it chewed the baby, cool. All right. Oh, speaking about chewing, not babies, but faces, I did finish the Zardu-Layak book. I finished the Zardu-Layak book today. The segue to this is that he ate a dude's face. Okay, not a dude. He ate another Space Marine's face. Now I was like, that's fun. That was neat. It was like a fine out of 10 book, I guess. Like, I'm trying to think of like a good way. It's like the Zardu-Layak book is kind of fun because like it's something that I've always realized, and it's like if you take your regular 40K book and you remove all the B plots and the C plots and the D plots, you get like a 6-hour audiobook, and that's what the Zardu-Layak book. No, yeah, that's totally fair. That's totally fair for that to get you. Yeah, especially like I mean, you know, usually establish a tone. Like maintaining tone is very important. Where it's like, okay, if we're doing like a grimdark thing where like baby eating's on the table, that's fine. But if you're like reading something that just kind of jumps out of the corner, you're like, whoa, wait, back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. So I call my roommate to have a check it out. Exactly. Oh fuck! So weirdly enough, I don't need to watch Devilman. I need to read it. Because like I know that the Devilman manga is like stupid influential for a lot of things, and I keep hearing that's like the Devilman manga is like the work of like a lot of Japanese like manga and anime and stuff like that. Where it's like if you go into it and like work your way back, you find the fucking source. Oh, I'm sure it's great. And like every now and then I'll be like I'll save a panel from it as like a way to like I should go back and actually read that. Let's see. Was there a recent one that I saved recently-ish? I had to scroll through like a million things of bullshit. Go, man. I can't find this like pretty quick. I like how I bookmarked Kojima's book, The Creative Gene, and just didn't do anything with that. Why did I bookmark that? I guess my brain is like, you should read that. Oh, this panel, okay. Every now and then I see these two panels, and I know that they're kind of like the Baki shock panels that you use to get someone to be like, wait, what the fuck is that? Great mistake. That would have been fun, though. But yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't do that. Like, this panel's really good. And this panel's also really good. I know just like, I enjoy the classic style. It doesn't bother me, but I understand at the time that was less like goofy looking. Like, I don't think you're supposed to see it's laced with drugs. I think you're supposed to maybe take that a little bit more seriously. Or now you see that and it's like the funniest shit ever, just because, like, you know, like the earnest edge of this. It's just like, it's just so good. It's just so good. He's big shrimping. He's got his drug laced marijuana cigarette probably. Oh, hold on. Is the OVA like the Netflix one or the like a different one? I watched a little bit of the Netflix one like when it was newer, and I just, you know, serial anime dropping syndrome meant that I dropped it. Spoilers. I kind of like that though. I like that there's so many things can like trace lineage back to Devilman, and I'm like, I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it. It's like that. Like whenever I bookmark like a Dempa piece of work, I'm like, I'd like to get more into Dempa someday. And then I am, I mean, to a certain degree, it's like I could use like if I go. Oh, Crybaby. Okay. I was like, I know that counts as an OVA, but I was like, I don't think that's what you're talking about here, probably. Mostly that a lot of my other rustier, grittier stuff is my, that's like what my Death Guard stuff. Like if I could go different types of Rust, maybe a little bit more, but I also still want it to be like a consistent color scheme. I'm okay. I'm okay if it evokes Rust more than anything else. What are you doing, Lucas? Yeah, it really is. It's really fucking bonkers. These like little streaks in the leather. I've been noticing that seems to do pretty good. 2000s era OVA. Hey, let me look that up. Hold on, let's see. Oh, Amon Apocalypse of Devilman? There's like a Devilman the Birth, Devilman the Demon Bird, and then Devilman the... I'm just seeing some quickie ones. I'll find it later though. I'll find out later. How you doing, Solid Crazy? How you doing? Solid path of chaos rules to live by. How the rest of your group feel about that though? Because that feels like a rule that would get make a lot of other people potentially angry. But if everyone's cool with it, it's cool. Oh, it's a trilogy. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easier then. Oh yeah. A strong interest in solo play. I mean, the nice thing about solo play is like you can do it. Like if you're feeling it, yeah. I mean, give it a go. You have nothing to lose if you're interested in solo play for TTRPGs. That's got some options and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely need to check out the Devilman OG manga. Like just like once again, there's a lot of DNA for a lot of other things hidden in that, and I want to know. I want to know. Also, like, once again, you know, the panels out of context are very fun. There's also a lot of manga. Oh shit! I forgot to mention this. So I have not read all of it, but my copy of Absolute Martian Manhunter came in, and I'm enjoying that a lot. I thought I would, and I did. So thank you for that, Steve. Thank you. I have been enjoying the fuck out of Martian. I'm like, if anyone has read that, I'm like right at the point where the white Martian has started to show up a bit more. Like he just got done fucking with the sun. It's pretty neat. The weird thing is I kind of assumed that was like set more in the past because of kind of how like overtly psychedelic it is. It's like, no, you got like GPS in there and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess this is just still modern day. Very cool though. Very, very cool. Yeah, I read like probably maybe like 2/3 of it on my lunch break at the guild, but then I had to stop because they need me to do some shit during my lunch, and I was like, you know, I just made ooh noises instead of doing anything. That worked out pretty well. Hey, let's go. Yo, yeah, to be fair, if you're running into Skaven, that's the correct move 100% of the time. 100% of the time. I think at any point, if you're playing a Warhammer TTRPG and Skaven wanted to talk, they're distracting you. They're distracting you from their buds who are going to go up behind you and slit your throat. So like, yeah, if you're like, I will not talk with rats, I will charge rats. That's the correct move. See, I actually thought about that. Maybe not Goosebumps specifically, but there's a couple of video games. There's a couple of video games actually that are like basically choose your own adventure books with graphics. I had a bunch of them bookmarked from like a TG thread from like a million years ago. I wonder if I still got those. Oh, alas, I'm not allowed to leave my hole. Did I still got that save? Oh, baby, I do. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, good. Like here's what I'm talking about, where it's like I had like this one bookmarked for later. I don't know if this one's actually one of the interactive ones or if this is just like a chunkier book, but something like this would be fun. Maybe. How you doing, like a minute? How you doing? Yeah, like one of these bad boys. I thought that one of these would be kind of fun for a stream, but I kind of just didn't. What do you think is the most bottom-coated faction Warhammer setting not specific? I mean, I have D6s. Don't worry. I got D6s. Dice that aren't like Xochi dice are not an issue. I got them. I don't even know what that means, 14. I'm going to be honest. A bottom-coated 40k faction. Or do you mean Warhammer in general? Is it like in general, I guess? I don't fucking know. I don't know what that means. Like, I understand the idea of being a bottom, but what does that mean for, like, a wargame faction? I don't understand. Oh, Xochi dice! Hold on. Okay. Well, we'll use the correct answer then. Most bottom faction, my least favorite. The most toppest Chad faction, my favorite. There we go. I've defeated internet discourse. I've boiled it down to its raw essentials. So yeah, these are Xochi dice. They are shaped like stuff. How do you feel about the humble D24, everyone? How do you feel about that? How do you the Gito co-founder? Oh, hey, there we go. All right. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I didn't pay attention. Yeah, even Levinson was on here. I totally skimmed over that. Well, there we go. Maybe that'd be cool. The what? What did you not understand? The humble D5? Actually, there's probably better sets of better Xochi dice I can show you guys. The only game I've ever played that needs them are Dungeon Crawl Classics, but because they're mostly doing that for memes. Hey, there we go. This is like a better representation of Xochi dice, I think. This is from Etsy, so I'm hoping this isn't slop, but this is still generally the right idea. God, Etsy makes me sad. Etsy makes me so sad. What do you mean the handcrafting website's filled with slop? Are you high? How did this happen? People need to be flogged in the streets. Why did this happen? But yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at all these fun shapes. Look at all these fun shapes. So yeah, these are Xochi dice. They're made wrong for reasons. I think it's because they were named after a dude. Is that D11? Maybe. Oh, I can actually tell you the exact like what dice are what for Xochis. Like other than a picture, there's like a specific set. All right, so yeah, Xochi dice are D5s, D7s, D14s, D16s, D24s, and sometimes D50s, but I think usually they skip to D100s, like which are like the golf balls, which are very, very silly. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, didn't he do like really accurate dice, something like that? I could see that. I've always wanted a set of them, but like, I don't need a set of them. Oh yeah, no, yeah, effectively, yeah, like if you trace the pipeline back, you're getting a lot of the same Temu stuff that's just coming in, that's also going to Amazon. Just kind of chasing up the chain. It sucks, I hate it. I hate it. But, yeah. Yeah. Let's do some, a little bit of ribbon. I just want to get a little bit of like a off dark ivory on the prayer scrolls. I could use it. A little nubbin on here. Yeah, drop shippers, the devil. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like the ramifications of things happening online, where it's like you could go to a mom and pop shop, but then the big convenient shops are more convenient, and then it kind of leads to shit like this after a while. It's like, oh, the cycles. It's not too bad. I don't want like a sort of white look to them a little bit. They can look a little bit more paper. Oh, that one. Oh, that one's got like a black seal that I never actually painted. Once again, there's all these little details that I like. He's definitely getting there. The lad is coming together quite nicely, but he's got a couple little. Oh, some of the angles on those. Ah. Oh shit! Ad break. Fuck. Ah. Oh no! I might have made too long. Oh yeah. All right, we're back. Wow, that was that's the fastest 3 minutes ever. I was basically just going into like the various like little recessy bits and just kind of getting some fixes done. Oh yeah, God, fucking. Like I remember I got like an ad that's like, hey, Kalshi's gonna rip you off when you do predictive marketing. Not us though. And I was like, what the fuck's happening here? What's going on? Why is it like this? Fucking bananas. Ads are coming together pretty well. I think my goal with the lads is I want to get them to the point where I can probably get them into an enamel bath probably by next break. What's happening? I set something next to me so I could find it easier, and I moved it reflexively without paying attention. Ah! Gray. There we go. I get my grays over here. I should be fine. There's like a couple little bits on like that little nubbins where I need to get some gray back. They're turning out pretty good though. I do think once again adding an appropriate layer of like dust and grit and whatnot is going to do wonders for these bad boys. I'm not super worried. Also, so that's like, I will say the weird thing about like, I still don't know if I'm actually going to ever give 11th edition a go. I don't have the hugest urge, but like, I'm sure there will be some people at my shop playing 11th edition. And there's like a little part of me that is curious of like, if I was to take my Rust Vultures down there, like after the supposedly rebalancing of Marines to become extra tankier and whatnot, how big is an army going to look? Like, I don't recall the exact degree of how much army I have in this edition. Like, I might have like a pretty decently sized one actually after all the shit. How you doing, Thunder Crusher? How you doing? How you? Thank you. The lads are coming together really nice. I'm having a good time trying to get them wrapped up. I was talking about with like the new Space Marine rules. I'm curious, like, the various smattering of Marines I have. Like, how many points are those actually going to be now? Like, I think because I was already starting to get, like, kind of close to building an army with them. That's just what I have kicking around. I might not even need to go higher. Like, I might not even pick up anything more. Because I got like, besides the Armageddon box, I got a repulsor tank. I got not Ethan Sean, the Catholic Shrike or whatever the fuck his name is. I got the Armageddon Apothecary. I got the Armageddon Burninator dudes who I'm gonna kit bash into something else by just giving them different weapons. And like a couple of miscellaneous odds and ends. Which should be enough. Eh? Hold on. A long ass question. I mean, it probably did. I mean, I mean, a lot of hobbies did get boosted by that. Like VTubing in general, like has like been seen like not nearly as crazy numbers as it used to, just because like pandemic means that people aren't relying on that as like the only form of entertainment. But yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. Like, I'm sure some people fucked off, but also, like, you know, there is just hobby attrition. There are people that, like, you know, they move somewhere that they can't play anymore, or, like, they just decide the game isn't for them. Like, is maybe someplace, like, a Critical Role doing a thing to affect that? Maybe, but I don't know. I don't have hard numbers for that. I also think in general, though, it's like, that's like a tiring thing to keep track of as well. So it's all about cultivating the local community, baby. You cannot affect the greater trends online. Do what you can do in your small circle, and that's all that really matters. Based on my personal experience, TBH. Which is what I keep seeing with like all the like the Hive Scum people and like the just various people doing like older games or like doing niche games or making their own games, stuff like that. It was like, yeah, like I can't even say like maybe Warhammer has gotten like I'm curious what Warhammer stuff stacks up compared to like after the pandemic. Like I don't know if that's got I guess there hasn't been as many, like, if there was maybe like a bigger 40K game during that time, maybe there'd be like a very different result. But then again, I guess a lot of people were watching like lore videos and stuff during then. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I think the way to look at this guy is I need to analyze what he's got going on. He's got little nubbins on his backpack, which I think I can go and get. Yeah, at least for me, because the guild let me work from home during like the pandemic years. That was the most I could ever watch VTubers, because like people would be streaming like during like the morning and during my lunch break, and that's where I got to meet a lot of people who are from like different countries. There was like Irish and Italians, and I'm going to say Australians for the second one. I actually don't know any Italian VTubers. I mean I know there's like there's Laura and there's like Funko and FaZe Connect, but I mean I don't know any personally. I'm sure there's a decent amount of who are like actually Italians, but like yeah. But then when the guild was like, okay, you've had your fun now, you gotta come back. You have to justify this building to keep you in. I'm like, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta get them bonding studs. Fuck. Fucking marker. I might be able to marker my way out of this. Hold on. Well, I cannot find my paint markers, but I found Kaoru Evangelion. I think he came with one of the model kits. Why did I keep him around? I don't know. He's just like weird rubbery shitty plastic, because like he's just like a little add-on. You get your Ava, and then you get a Kaoru, just a big chill, I guess. Fucking high-waisted pants motherfucker. I guess. Well, okay. I mean, I can paint, you know. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. No, that is unfortunate though. Yeah, like being at the mercy of just what's nearby does suck. I do agree on that. That is unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, I know some people, like, if they live too far away, they just kind of change their hobbying and gaming and stuff, where it's like they'll try to like save up money for like big conventions and stuff, and just sort of spend the off season working on like rule sets and preparing their armies for that. It's a very different mindset, and it's like, I just think that's just kind of funny to think about, that there are a lot of people that like play war games, but there's also some people that are like, will maybe get like one game of 40K in a year ever. I don't think it's like a bad thing, but it's just like that's also the exact same audience of like people who play like weekly. In the eyes of G-dubs. Well, I guess that was it for that. I'll say, yeah, how you doing? I'm working on the lads, because I'm getting like very, very close to getting some shit done. Hello. Maybe I'll do that like Q-tip trick. I'm doing legit. Gotta read some Absolute Martian Manhunter, which was fun. Painting my lads, who are getting closer and closer to being done. Hey, there we go. I got paint tomorrow. Oh, by heated you mean like an argument heated, or just really warm? Because I know we're very much into like, oh shit, everything's like 1,000,000 degrees again. But either way, yeah, no, if you gotta take it easy, you gotta take it easy. It'd be like that. Also, how you doing, John Smith? How you doing? Love me some mustard. Is mustard in autumn? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I forgot that I did. These guys have like scavenged orc shields, so they got like a really, you know, they got orc paint jobs on their shields that they just kind of welded to the gun. I was like, do I have fucking yellow on? Oh yeah, no, I do. I totally do. I totally do. But how you doing? How you doing? So we got like a couple little like odds and ends, little metal bits. I'm gonna try to hit with this fucking. It feels so weird to paint with a toothpick, but I mean, like you get that like really precise point. I say as I accidentally leak everywhere. But how you doing? How you doing? You know, getting John Smith honestly is like a pretty good get on Twitch, even with the like the underscore and the extra I. Like, you know, I feel like that name has to be like stupid contested. Yeah, if you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety, and oh yeah, working on some Marines of a custom chapter called the Rust Vultures. Been putting off because I'm prepping for Under the Dice Fest, and I got to get like a million minis done. But I want to get like a little bit of progress on it, guys. You guys are very close. You guys are very, very, very close. The LinkedIn page? What the fuck did LinkedIn do? I keep hearing LinkedIn has like crazy AI issues these days where like so much of LinkedIn is just like fake AI platitudes talking to fake AI platitude like it's just like an endless circle jerk of that where like very few actual people are talking about a lot of stuff, which that's gotta be like turbo hell if you actually are trying to like do anything on there, like, you know, like get a job. That's like watching from your LinkedIn? How does that work? But what am I talking about? It's kind of weird that there are people that treat like LinkedIn like a social media site, I guess. Because I remember when it was just like, yeah, no, this is just kind of like the networking place. But there are people that are just like log into LinkedIn in the same way that like I would log into like a Twitter or something like that. Oh, hey, there we go. At least you get to watch me paint Space Marines, I guess. So, you know, IT doing something good. But yeah, I'm going back and finishing up these LEDs because they've been sitting around like unpainted for a while. So I think I mixed like way too much glaze medium with this orange. I mean, the coverage gets a lot better if I do that. A little bit more smooth when it eventually dries, even though I'm going to enamel the fuck out of it. It's got a little pouch. It's got like so many tactical pouches. It's like one of those things that like for some reason I don't mind painting Space Marines. It's always like the pouches and the bolters that I'm just like I don't know why I don't like painting a bolter. It's so weird as shit. I shouldn't have like really any feelings about painting bolters, but I just never feel like I have a fun time doing them. I think it's like in the same way that some people don't like painting like a lot of the skulls on their stuff, where it's like this is just like just a repetitive thing to do. But it'd be like that. Yeah, pockets for days. Yeah. I do love that mag clamping is a thing though, so that like if you don't want your guys to have pockets. Yeah, I do mini painting on Tuesdays and Sundays, and then on Thursdays I kind of wildcard it. This Thursday I'm doing the Magic the Gathering has a Dreamcast game that was exclusively in Japan, but it got translated recently. If anyone was seeing that like new, I believe they showed up in one of the convention boosters where it's like you could actually get the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast cards were like roll a d6, get a result between like 1 and 5. It was like, yeah, it's like a d6 -1 for effects. And it's funny because for years that was like unheard of in Magic, and now Magic just has like dice rolling baked in. So like I think they just brought all those cards over in like supplementary product stuff because it's like, well, like why not, you know? By that. So and like none of them are good. Like if like I'm pretty sure all those cards like once they see play, I mean once they have like a physical paper version, nobody will play them. Like not even like the most casual BRCA 1 EDH player will give a shit. What do you mean Yu-Gi-Oh Crocs? What do you are there Yu-Gi-Oh branded Crocs? Why? For what purpose? Show me. I want to see. I want to see. That's not a crossover I would have expected, but I don't hate it, I guess. I guess it depends. Are these going to be like nostalgia pandering? Or are they going to be like 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon heads? Or like you get like the Dark Magician like head, like little like back cap thing, but it's just on Crocs, I guess. Like I probably won't get them because I'm not really much of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but like I am very curious. That little nut. Here we go. The mariachi legends? No, I'm apparently I missed all the news. Today I caught that Dolly Parton died and that Space Marines were getting strong, but I missed all these side quest announcements that are just arguably significantly more interesting. I still think it's sad that Dolly Parton died, but like she was, you know, she was getting up in age. She had a good life. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Crocs, you say? How you doing, Nintendo? How you doing? Did you know that there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Crocs? I just found out, apparently. Oh. Oh. Let's see, I need to see these. Yeah, I need to see what these look like. Hold on. Oh, we're going. Holy fuck! These are. Let me get them on screen first so I can articulate what the fuck I'm seeing right now. Like they certainly look like Yu-Gi-Oh! Crocs. The Yugi Moto one is almost just stealthy enough that if you took off the fucking like croc hole bling of the card, you could probably get away with that. The Kaiba one, I think if you took away the Kaiba spike from for the strap, it could also look fine. I do feel like your local BDSM furry is going to love the fuck out about the Kaiba ones though, just because for the spike collar. The Dark Magician ones are hideous and I hate them. I do not like the Dark Magician ones. And I do like a Days Go Out. I don't think I'll ever see these in the flesh. The Blue Eyes one is... That's the one I have the hardest, like, feelings on. Because if you put a gun to my head and you're like, make a Blue Eyes White Dragon croc, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I could do anything better. You could give me all the croc budget, but like, I couldn't do better, but like, yeah, the chunky bombs on those. One Yugi DM. Oh yeah, you just like mix it up. Yeah. You get one Dark Magician, you get one Yugi one, and then you just big stomping. That would be really funny if they were asymmetrical crocs. I would say that croc hole. What's she fucking call the fucking little things you attach in the holes of the crocs? It's croc hole bling. But if there's a better word, I'll change it. I'm not married to that as a term. I'm just telling it like I sees it. I also fucked up the shrink. Hold on, go man. There we go. Put these next to the Zochi dice, I guess. So yeah, I don't know how I feel. I feel like that one Olaf character who's like, I don't know how I feel about this, and then the answer is like, oh, but you never will. That's me with these crocs. Gibbets. Really? Is there a... I mean, you wouldn't lie to me. I mean, I'm not doubting you. I believe you're telling the truth. The gibbets. Gibbets. Yeah, no, they got a whole gibbet store. So like, I get the idea. As somebody who used to wear Crocs, I actually like retired. No, that's not true. I still have my Crocs, but I use them for like when I need to step outside real quick to fuck with my 3D printer because I don't want resin on real shoes. Like I get the very plain. I get the idea of just wearing Crocs, just, you know, because they're comfy and easy to wear. But buying accessories for them feels like we're putting the cart before the horse. Okay, hold on. No, I take it back. I take it back. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put this bad boy up. Hold Yeah, exactly. That's what mine turned into. I got really lazy during the pandemic, and that was a lot of sweatpants and Crocs for a while. I broke out of that. This. I think this is like the fucking most powerful gibbet that if you put that on, I think you will get mad pussy. I think this is what I think this is why gibbets exist. So you can get this one. So you can get this one. And just like slot it in there. Yeah, exactly. Just an absolute pussy magnet Lightning McQueen gibbet. You know, right? Exactly, exactly. It's arguably a cursed relic because if you don't want mad pussy, like you can't remove it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Once you ka-chow it into the crock hole, you can't remove it. It's gonna be one of those like ironic like King Midas punishments where you're like, oh boy, I cannot wait to have sex with beautiful women. But then like the monkey paw curls and you can never remove them. You're gonna fucking die. They're gonna find you like that Mexican mummy, just like absolutely just fucking like drained of fluids. Just a face of just absolute concern. Truly a powerful relic. Actually, you know what's the funny part? That is $5. I think that was more. Oh yeah, no, there are gibbet bundles that are like $20. You can buy a Twilight gibbet collection. It's kind of amazing. They got Kuromi, they got Pokemon, they got Animal Crossing, you got Winnie the Pooh's face, you got Minecraft. No, they got all the bases. They basically condensed a Hot Topic and you made them into shoe accessories. You can buy Lego B. Hold on, what the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? Why are these $40? Are these separate from the shoes? Oh my god, what in the fuck is this? Hold on. Hold on. I just put all of Hot Topic on your Crocs. Guys, these are $40. You're gonna be like, how? That's a very fun Lego set you have there. Yeah, you know when you like check out the grocery store, or like a Walmart or something, and you see like a little, like next to like the chips and candy bars, you'll see like a little baggie of Legos. It's like $5, and you're like, huh, that's a lot of money. This is $40 goddamn dollars. What are we doing here? Like as a society? You could easily make those at home. Yeah, the mummy everyone thought was an alien. I love him. I love him so much. So good. Oh no, you're supposed to wear rubber shoes. You're supposed to wear rubber shoes. Yeah, we'll decorate the fuck up Lightning McQueen. I'm just gonna keep stacking them on this one side. No one will understand what's going on. Yeah, like hi, exactly. I like how we could just mention that movie, and it's just like that. God, that movie is such like. So the movie we watched for Movie Night was called Robot Holocaust, and you're like, okay, there's probably gonna be a lot of robot action fights. Nah, not really. Mostly the bad guys watch TV. In Robot Holocaust, the bad guys watch TV for most of the movie. It's kind of amazing how like little happens in that movie. Like, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like I will say, as somebody who like still kind of has warm memories of Legos, I feel like an adult Lego fan is easier to separate of their money than like any other kind of like person on the planet. And I will include like Warhammer people. I feel like Lego adults are basically like free money pinatas. Get the She-Zone unfucked. Hell yeah, brother. How you doing, Bucket Man? Yo, no, exactly. It's. I think some of it is a little jealousy because I would love to do some Lego stuff as an adult, but I always look at the price and I'm like, but I could just get a Warhammer. I could just Warhammer 40,000. And then so I don't. Which, to be fair, like, you know, local pot calls kettle black, I guess. How you doing? How you doing? Got a new dog? Hey, let's go. Let's go. I am doing very good. I'm doing very good. Working on my rust vultures because I would like to get some progress on these motherfuckers. I've been doing little highlights on them. Probably good, actually. Because these are like a very interesting set of models where like some of them feel like they could be done whenever. Not that though. There's like a rust on. What am I gonna fix up? These also have like infinite fun little holes I have to deal with just because like all the angles and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, what kind of dog? What kind of dog you got? What kind of hound you playing with? I didn't realize one of my neighbors had a dog recently until I like stepped out of my house and she was there with just like a dog, like just a generic mutt dog. Nothing special about it. Like that's fine. But like it was just entirely quiet. Just quietly just appeared next to me. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, how did you stealth your dog like that? Wire hair fox terrier. Woo! Hell yeah! Let's go! Let's go! I don't know if I know what a fox terrier looks like, but I have a go for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Hey, let's go! Let's go! Hold on, let me go. Oh, that's cute! Hell yeah! This is like a very like classic dog-looking dog, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm gonna put a picture of a fox terrier on the screen, and like this is like the platonic ideal of a dog. Like here's a dog, and for that, that's very good. Go. Hey, look at this dog. Look at this dog. Hell yeah. Fine breed indeed. But I'll put this dog over here. This isn't Rocky, but you know, I'll keep it around just for like. There's like a little bit of scuff over here to get. Yeah, I think as long as I can get this guy ready for like when I do go to my next break, I can varnish them and enamel them, and then that'll at least be close. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna pull this motherfucker out because I'm like, oh yeah, there's like all kinds of little metal bits. Like this is the most I've ever painted with a toothpick, and I'm kind of digging it for like. Maybe this is how I learned to love bolters. I just got toothpick the fine details, and that's about it. Certainly is a dog. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Where it's a very dog-shaped dog. This guy's got some metal giblets. Also, gotta get the little metal. That metal panel's fine. Stuff like that. You're forgetting that this gun is actively spewing bullets, so if I can get that before I forget, because I know I'll forget if I don't. What if I be actually? I'm curious, like, if do one of those, like, yeah, can you paint a whole model with a toothpick? I've not quite ever taken the plunge to do like gimmick painting. I think it's because I got too much shit to regular paint. I think maybe like if I did that like once or twice, I think that could be fun. Like I would want to make it like my whole thing. I think for like a little bit that'd be kind of neat. I just rinsed a toothpick. What's wrong with me? I didn't need to do that. What color do I want the bullets to be? Probably just bronze. Evil iron, and then I'll highlight with bronze. Rough iron, goddamn. It's evil chrome and rough iron, and I always get those mixed up. The Discord. Hey, let's go. I will have to check later. Hell yeah. Every now and then I'm still kind of on that verge of like, well, maybe I should give me a dog, but I haven't quite made that plunge yet. It might be a someday thing too. I got the rest of my life to get a dog if I really want one too. Nice. Get your bullet. I think if I at least use like a slightly different metal color on the bullets, I'll add some variety. It's really weird though, because like I every time in my head I imagine like bolter shells to be like significantly larger than they actually are. I know their primary trait is not like a size thing, is that they're basically bullets that explode like grenades, but I'm like, I'm surprised they're so tiny. I'm surprised they're so tiny for the most bit. Especially because you always hear like, this one hit a guy, he exploded. You're like, oh fuck. For the Stormcast guys. Yeah, I do a layer of a brown. Let's see, hold on. No, sorry. Prime black, dry brush, either like, yeah, like not dry, okay. Prime black, paint over everything with rough iron from war paints, or do Warplock bronze, either or. You don't have to worry about getting everything pristine. Then dry brush with a gold, like a Retributor armor. I use Pro Acro Rich Gold. And then just use like a dark brown wash of your choice. And that'll get you there. That's what I do for my lads. The nice thing is if you have a bunch of Stormcast, it's a really quick scheme too. It paints up real quick, which is going to be real nice. Like, I still have a bunch of Stormcast from like the Skaventide box that I need to do something with. That they're not super high priority right now. But it does mean you can knock out a bunch of them fairly quickly if you put your mind to it. Can do that a little bit. Hey, let's go. Maybe can we get a little bit around? Nah, it's fine. It's probably fun. But yeah. Like, I still got so many of those. I got so many of those lads I've done nothing with. What about you, buddy? What do you got? Maybe another layer on the... I'd like re-up the glaze mixture on my orange because it was kind of funky. There's like a little... Oh, definitely there's a little bit more here. Yeah, I will say, like, the Stormcast, like, if you do it that way, they are very fun and relaxing to paint. Because, like, you can, like, what I would do, hold on, I could show you. I might have some in this room. If I don't find them in, like, 3 seconds, I'll stop. Okay, I lied, hold on. Yeah, I spent more than 3 seconds because I was like, this is gonna be like too many seconds. So I can pop out just to grab one. And then there's just like a dog if you think about it. Yeah, it's like every time like people nearby talk about their dogs, I bite my tongue to talk about my snake. But yeah, so like this is what that looks like pretty early on. Like I think this bad boy was like that thing, and then like you could basically do it in the entire body. And then just go back and just use like a dark metal to touch up some other bits. And what I've done in the past is I've done like a little red dot for the various like gems. So usually like a couple of gems on Stormcast also. Pro tip, replace the helmets with literally anything. Stormcast looks so much better if you give them a not Stormcast helmet. Once again, Saint Decent is the GOAT and she makes amazing helmets if you're looking around and have access to a 3D printer. But if not, I would consider just, you know, different helmets. Surprise! Surprise yourself. You'll have fun. Mind you, if you like the default Stormcast helmets, just use those instead. Helmetless. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I mean that'll work. That'll totally work. More of the burnt ore. Yeah, I feel like it's the. Oh no, Greek helmet's fought. Yeah, that's a good choice too. I think like every time I've shown people who don't like Stormcast my Stormcast, they're like, oh, I actually like Stormcast with this because like honestly, Stormcasts have great bodies, especially like now that they've moved entirely from the fat cast to this newer style. They're pretty legit. They're just like big knights. And people like big knights. Source Dark Souls, Elden Ring. My next outfit. But like it's pretty nice. They do got good bodies. No, I know you're trying to ooh gotcha me, but I'm not taking it back. I mean what I said. little metal bed on top? Could be. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll keep using my toothpick paint job. Yippee! Let's go, let's go, let's go. You got that going on. Make it a little bit more red on the side of that. Got a little bit of red earlier when I was like in an ad break, so I could touch up those a little bit more. The wax seals. So desperate to play my chorps. Is there been a reason you have it, or is it just like too busy? Not enough people playing Sigmar near you? What's stopping you from dwarf maxing? It's good. I'm drippy now. Take it. Put that in there. It's a bit on there. This looks brighter than it actually is, but I'm using a lot of glaze medium, so it's eventually going to kind of like die down a little bit. At least I think so, anyway. Go greedy on the head. Hey, there we go. That's nice. So, I feel like I could use a little bit more of that. There we go. Oh, last bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh yeah. Oh, the point changes really suck on top of all that. No, that sounds painful, yo. I hope you get a game at some point, though. I hope you do. Oh yeah. So he's like, he's close. Let me make sure I get like a little couple bits on this guy. Like I said, I want to make sure in 20 minutes all these guys will be ready to enamel. Honestly, he's probably what I'm going to be working on. I was thinking about working on some of the intercessors because I still have not finished 5 intercessors out of the 10 from that set. To be fair, the other 5 are not fully like built and whatnot, but like, yeah, he's going pretty all right. I have his head somewhere else. I need to figure out what he did with that. So, like here he is. I gave him a funky fresh cape. He's got a different shoulder pad, and he's normally got like a bird chaplain mask from like Heresy era stuff. And I took away his flimsy stand so that way he could be like this. You know, I can use the feet and the cape to add some sort of like a little bit of security and dynamism to that, so that way he doesn't break. So yeah, he's coming. I just did one stream with him, and I was like, I should maybe touch up some stuff off stream, and I didn't, so. So he's coming. He's coming. Oh, yeah, no, that sounds miserable. Yeah, no, that sounds miserable, to be fair. I totally get you. The new models, it's some couple little things are getting worked on. And then once those are ready to party, I will be like, once the model is set, I'm probably gonna set like a release date, fucking whatever. Debut date for it around probably a month from then. So probably like mid to late September, early. I could stretch it out to like Halloween-ish. Maybe not Halloween day exactly, but I could get like kind of close to that if I wanted to. That could be the play, to be fair. Oh, a baby shower. You're right. It's me. The like just. Oh god, I immediately like Homestuck Manchurian candidate myself into the baby is you. I still love that like Toby Fox is like a world famous composer now. And like he started off doing shit like that, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I feel like if a Deltarune saw the baby as you, they'd fucking crumple to ash. They would just explode. Is Toby Fox problematic medias? But no. But yeah. And like a similar note, apparently recently the guy who did Golurk and a couple of other Pokemon designs is like one of the head like designers of Pokemon now, which is kind of cool. Like my beef with Pokemon as games like don't really matter. Like I mean, what's the way I can say this? I have a lot of issues with Pokemon as games. I don't really have a huge amount of issues with Pokemon as like new, like design-wise. So it's like apparently that guy's been fucking rocking it. So hell yeah, congrats for him. Curious what he's gonna do now. He's in more like a leadership role. What man-made delights will we be seeing? Like that'll be neat. That'll be neat. 5th edition rumors. Oh yeah, I keep. Wait, is it the 5th edition like actual ones or that whole like Last World thing? I keep hearing every now and then someone's like, oh yeah, no, they're totally gonna squat Age of Sigmar or like soft squat it, kind of make it like half the old world. I don't know if that's true. That doesn't feel right. Like I kind of doubt it. Just based on like everything, but like, eh. I know that there is a scene for Age of Sigmar starting to pick up near me. I kind of want to maybe give them a go at least once because I got all my minis, so like I might as well. Age of Sigmar was the game that got me back into wargaming, even though I only played it during 2nd edition, so it's been like a million billion years. But I'm like, lazy. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I'd say lazy. I think I'm just like my mental bandwidth is just kind of tapped out, you know. Oh god, okay. That's unfortunate then. Yeah. Like I understand waiting for the new edition, and I know Age of Sigmar is due for new, but it's like, come on. You can play games in the meantime. That's good. Like if that does happen, that's not going to be till like next year. I will say Age of Sigmar's been getting some, like, I keep seeing all the new Sons of Behemoth things. They look pretty legit. You got that, like, Hag Giant and some other... Apparently there's also, like, one of those, like, hey, this is a board game. A board game where you fight with two Gargants. No, what are you talking about? This isn't, like, a weird army box. No, this is a game. People will play the game. Like, okay. I love it when Games Workshop likes to make a game to justify making a box. Like, sure, buddy. All right. I mean, I think it's gonna be a great deal. Anyone who wants 2 Gargants and some ruins. I mean, that sounds pretty spicy. Assuming it's priced right, I could see that being like a pretty cool box. I just always love when there's like, you know, an implication that there should be a game that you're gonna play with this. Like all those shitty games of Barnes and Nobles. I have to imagine like 3 people have ever played one of those. Really? And moving to Old World after hearing a rumor about things maybe changing is a strange choice. Like unless their armies are one of those ones that can convert over, which like mine are. Like, I could do Skaven, and I could do, like, technically, like, Warriors of Chaos if I wanted to. Which, to be fair, I've done Warriors of Chaos for OPR, which has been pretty fun. I do like me some OPR, OPR regiments specifically. I like my rank and flank with, like, reasonable rules. That's nice. Get on that gooch. Yeah, buddy. Because otherwise, if you're like, no, we're going to wait till there's a new edition and then buying, like, infinite models just feels absolutely fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Like, what if there's a big edition shakeup, they say, as they buy, like, 1 million, like, cavalry boxes? Like, oh okay. That feels extreme, but sure. A little under there. But yeah. It'd be fun to paint a Gargant, too. I do like me a big boy. I do like me a big boy when it comes to models, to my detriment. I know anytime the big boy shows up in game form, there's always like a balanced gear that breaks just because it turns out in the army game having 4 models is an inherently wrong choice, but I don't care because I love them anyway. Oh, okay. That makes it a bit less crazy, but still annoying though. Still annoying. Yeah, I've keep hearing nothing but good things about Battle March. Like apparently Battle March, because of its size, you're kind of more likely to actually like, I don't know, like bring lower level wizards and stuff like that, which I think conceptually that's kind of neat. I think conceptually that's got some fun juice to it. But no, I can. But yeah, no, your frustrations make total sense though. Clean up a couple of these little areas. I think we're rapidly approaching, like, at least hit this guy with an enamel stage. Right. Oh fuck! I just realized my Ewoks. Hold on. Let me. This is gonna take like a sec. Not Ewoks, my Wookiees. Backups. Okay, we go to false alarm. So I've been priming my Wookiees. I think the music stopped too. It stopped? Let's get in there. I'm priming my Wookiees, which is fun. I love looking at the Legion Wookiees and being like, oh my god, I'm gonna be able to dry brush the fuck out of them. It's like you're gonna get a gray dry brush because you're the old one, and you're gonna get a light brown, and you're gonna get a dark brown. It's gonna be the easiest shit of all time. But yeah, I found this is my backup priming stick, which is just like a typical like Home Depot paint stirring stick, like God intended, as opposed to my horrible crust covered abomination. For context, I got one of those like G-Dub's official priming sticks, like the ones that are a waste of money. Don't buy them. But I bought one when I got back into painting. So it has been primed over for 6 years now, and it is so thick that it is like it's starting to get heavy. I'm like legitimately at the point I was like, maybe I'll like strip the paint on it just because it's like actively like I'm feeling the weight. There's like a weight to it. Yeah, dry brushing fur already feels pretty good, and like Wookiees are like I legitimately just like primed the Wookiees a dark brown, and I'm like, This already feels pretty good. This is already really nice. Yeah, get my delicious Fordite, my tasty paint candy. Probably fine. Put you on there. But it's so weird though, because I'm like, this will be a better tool if I remove the crust. But it's like, man, that's like years of buildup. It's the weirdest. It's a very strange feeling. Oh shit! Oh shit! I realize I gotta get some scribbles. Yeah, this is a micron pen. Not my best work, but that's fine. That I don't think really makes sense to scribble, just to like. It wraps around weird. Yep, let's go in there. Oh yeah, these like I will say these are kind of handy. Previously I was trying to get better at this for like my word bearers. I haven't actually done like a proper word bearer scroll motherfucker in a long time. I need to fix that. I need to fix that soon. All right, there we go. Easy fix. I'm sure a lot of that's just going to be covered by like the enamels and paints and stuff like that. So let's go on the thing. Get a head break coming like reasonably soon. Like I said, I can work on the chaplain, I guess, while we're waiting on the break. So that's good. Like, yo, dog, I heard you like finishing models. So I'm gonna finish some models while I finish some models. I also got the intercessors too. That's fine. They're farther along than that. There we go. So yeah, here are the intercessor lads from the very early on painting out the rust vultures. They're gonna be my backup models for today. Because I would like to get them done. I would like to get all my shit done. See, what are you looking like, buddy? We got some of that. Probably want to fix the leather. I think this is an early attempt at me trying to do this like leather style with like a lighter color that I just did not like. So I can unfuck that. There we go. I guess I could just maybe do like a light brown on it. That might actually, it's not bad. It's kind of like borderline make this a wash. Not too much. Too wash. Need a little bit more pigment, or like basically just water. But yeah, these are the original lads. Fortnite's my paint palette. Oh, I do. There is like the nice thing about getting one of these is basically the fidget fidget spinner, not fidget, the popper, like the fidget popper material. It's really nice because if you do just got like a little clump in there, you can just pop it off. Like I've not actually had to take this fucker to the sink ever. I just kind of just pop it off between streams, and it's like, ooh, super nice, super quick. Okay, so you do. Okay, this one does got it. Oh fuck! Just knocked a paintbrush directly on my lap. But yeah, if I clear out the Fortnite, that'll be probably. I guess if I like at least like record that in like a video, not like a full like I'm doing like a full video essay. It's just like if I just like filmed it, if I'm like this is before and then I dunk and then I take out like this is after. Wow, it's so clean. Wow, I love it. I love my Games Workshop expensive stick. Wow, I love it. This guy's like, oh fuck, I forgot this guy also has like the weird, I say weird, like it's weird to have a fucking leather strap on your gun to like hoist over your back. This looks kind of good actually. Hit it with that. Oh, this looks way more natural. Holy shit. Nice. I was super worried that like layering all this is just gonna be a pain in the dick. Really, a lot of these guys are like basically done. Like I said, I just probably once the eliminators go into the chamber, not the pleasure chamber, the enamel chamber. I still love that the fucking robot Holocaust movie had the pleasure chamber. Like it was like I guess they were like, oh shit, we're doing like a B movie, but we don't have like open breasts. But the really odd thing about though is like there was a Amazon scene. Like if you're doing that kind of trash and you're like, I need a boob on screen or else like people are gonna turn off. That's what Amazons are for. But the Amazons were dressed up. Which was cool. I like how they were dressed up. I'm just legitimately like, oh fuck, yes, the chamber. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I associate like really like I firmly believe you can have like artistic nudity in a movie and it's not like a downside or anything. But there's definitely like this is artistic nudity or this is nudity with like a story purpose, and they're like, oh no, we need boobs. Pleasure chamber. Yes, robot lady, you can go to the boner dome whenever you do good on your mission. This is very funny. A bulk soup container. Ooh, let's go. Oh, so you're just okay, so you're just like the paint is just continues just to get painted over. So like my Fortnite still has a core of like, oh yes, this is attached to an object. But you just have like free range Fortnite. It's actually kind of impressive, actually. I never considered that. Unfortunately, you're not really going to see a lot of movie hanging dong in schlock fantasy, really. You'll see like a butt. Like butts are pretty common, but no, yeah. If you're expecting to see someone hanging brain in like a fantasy schlock movie, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the audience that wants to see Conan's hog out, we're just a little bit too late for the of a thing for the Conan movies. I'm sure they existed during that time. Like I don't think they didn't exist, but I just don't think that like the studio execs were like, what if Arnold showed whole? Conan the Hung. I don't know why that one got a chuckle out of me, but it did. So yeah, whatever. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Yeah, no, it's like I think if you want to see that, you probably do actually have to do gay porn. Yeah, I think you actually have to find that. Also, Tundra, enjoy your lurk, yo. Enjoy your lurk. Yeah, because like B and C movie schlock of like the 70s and 80s and even 90s, 2000s, even 2010s. You're definitely way more likely to see. You're more likely to see boob. It's just an easier sell. But you know, who knows? Maybe that'll change. It would be kind of funny to see. I think everyone's just too like. I think everyone's just kind of too like ironic for a lot of to do like a fantasy movie that would work now though. I keep hearing that there's like a new fucking Golden Axe project, but it's all like, wow, we're millennials, huh? That's like, oh god, fuck off, please. It does. Oh yeah, no, I basically heard that where it's like if like Conan the Barbarian like in like the kind of typical like Conan is not a D&D barbarian. Like Conan is a D&D like fighter with some rogue levels for being like a sneaky motherfucker sometimes. So yeah, I could totally see that. I do like the Arnold Conan movies, but I totally understand that they are very not accurate to the source material. Harry Potter adults. Fair. Yeah, probably. All right, looks like it's ad break time. I'm gonna go varnish these motherfuckers. BRB. Wow. Ah, all right, we're back. The lads have been varnished, so they're going to be drying a little bit. So I'm going to work on these. Yeah, exactly. You like. Well, I think the tricky thing is that like when you write a good fantasy, you have to like acknowledge that like what's this? Really, I just think the biggest detractor is that like irony and the sort of way that a lot of modern Hollywood likes to apply it is just awful. It's because like people respond well to sincerity, you know? Where it's like, okay, you tried to do a thing, you put your heart into it, and like I'm sure a lot of the fantasy movies we watch on movie night were made by people who were just getting a paycheck and couldn't give a fuck. But generally, at least with those, like, you kind of get the feeling that people gave a fuck. Like, somebody did. Maybe not the director, but like maybe like the best boy or like the catering guy or something. You know, they're like there is some feeling there. But like once irony starts to get involved, though, you're like, oh, it's contempt. It's like you don't like this thing you're doing. You know, you're not enjoying it. Yeah, best boys have to give a fuck. That's how they're the best boy, obviously. I always forget I know best boy's like a legitimate real job, but I always forget what the best boy's like actual proper role is. One of those things that just slides out my brain. Someday I'll recall. Yeah, these guys, yeah, definitely needed a little extra bit of the orange. More. God, the orange looks really good on this guy. Other than this like back little bit that could use a little bit more. Yeah, look at the handsome lad. Ooh, hell yeah. I gotta figure out what color I want the shiv to be. Like, I don't think I can leave that like that. Maybe if I make it red, actually. Hold on. Red is a pretty common color for like an orc weapon. I can just take some of the extra red I got kicking around. Yeah, okay, that was the correct choice. Go. Yeah, they can't all be Neil Breen, exactly. I like Neil Breen because Neil Breen thinks he's good enough at being a movie maker to release a documentary explaining how his movie making process happens. Like you can't do that unless you feel like you're doing that. Like I don't know, but and I guess I understand that like there are some things like I mean Garth Marenghi's Dark Place comes from like an ironic place, but also like. You can also tell that the people who did it still liked the source material enough to poke fun at it in the way they did. Maybe I'm just also cutting Garth Marenghi's Dark Place some slack because that thing is written really well and it's really fun. I'm willing to cut Dark Place a lot of slack that I won't give a lot of other things. Okay, get on there. She also had this like little back. I forgot this has like a little back guard too. Orc weapons are fun. Did also see? I would say the new boys kit seems pretty legit. I saw that they were advertising that you could actually like customize them properly now. It's like yippee, let's go. Every now and then, Games Workshop does take feedback, and it's very nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely British. I think also maybe then again, I guess I don't really see a lot of like. Maybe a lot of my complaints is just like an American millennial thing, but like maybe that like same level of irony when used by someone from like a different cultural background or like even an American cultural background, but like kind of uses a bit up now that the music ran out. Let's see. We got an hour left. I could just my anime tunes. I'm so glad he may release a new song. One of my favorite vocal. It still fucks me up that I think probably the artist that produced my favorite like V-synth Vocaloid song whatever of all time, Hya. Their very first song is my favorite, and then every other song they've released since then is just like too messy. Like it keeps fucking around the beats in a way that just it doesn't sound as good. They released the perfect song right off the gate, just right off the rip. And then I've been chasing that high ever since with the rest of their songs. I can't get it. Like they've had songs that's done like better than their first one. So like clearly other people are liking it. I'm like, it's not right. It's the first high was too good. You're looking for nerds for TTRPGs? I mean, all the time, forever. I'm currently getting a group together for the Monty Python TTRPG, which I believe is going to be filled soon. But like, I'll run another game. I'll run all the fucking shit. I'll do whatever. I'll do multiple games. Yeah, just have her reach out, or I can reach out, and I can see what's going on. You do have a good handle on everybody who's green and starts with R. I'm seeing a pattern here. Like if my name was like Ronald Bernacht, I think you would that would unlock all of your chakras and you'd be at max power. Ronald Bernacht, Jesus Christ! Why was that my best go of like what would my name be if I had an R in it? Ronald. What's happening here? I couldn't even do Ralph Bernacht. Come on. Ronald Bernacht. Jesus Christ, someone put me down with a tranquilizer. I need those fucking horse tranks that rich people do. Just for my own shame. But yeah, no, I've like I said, I think doing the Maledictum has kind of helped reawaken like, oh no, I love DMing. I should DM more. I actually do need to do a Maledictum thing too. I like the new 40k TTRPG. It's nice. You get a lot of. I really like the superiority system where like you just do more damage and you're more successful and accurate if you like control a combat situation. I love that because it's really encourages like my players to think things through. They don't want to turn it into a battle grinder. They want to like sneak around and figure shit out and plan and scheme. And I'm like, yes, good. You're giving a shit. The investment's real, and that's just because of a mechanic. I mean, they did it without the mechanic, but the mechanic paid off in a way that they thought was really satisfying. So I'm pretty jazzed. I'm still trying to put together what the next session is going to be like. I have a very rough idea. Let's see. Do I want to do a who's on? I just need to do a quick skim to make sure none of them are watching. I think they're good. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing some. I have some ideas with some Guevessa kind of stuff. I like the idea for like a rogue trader party. The idea of like a like Talva believing Saboteur human. I think that's some neat legs. Honestly, I did run Necronica in 2025. I fucking love Necronica. I've not actually gotten anything set in stone for that. But that was like my staple RPG for years. It's still really good. It's still really, really good, and I would still really, really like to run it. I wonder if it's ever going to get an English release. I would love that. I'd love that to pieces. Every now and then other countries don't get cool releases on things. I know I think there's like a French translation of Necrotica. Oh, you know what's really fucked up? Hold on. I think it was in like Thailand recently got this. Let's see if I have that saved. And if I don't, I'll explain. Scroll through my infinite bullshit scroll. Why do I bookmark so many things? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I unbookmark it. Okay, yeah, I think I did. Oh no. There we go. Taiwan is apparently getting a entire box set re-release of Frank and Fran. And I'm jealous as all fuck. I would love. Okay, let me post this real quick. Yeah, I'm torn on Sword World because like I liked running it, but I also think I inherently chafe against running anything in a set setting, so like I kept running into issues with that. It's neat though. I will say Sword World is a lot like D&D 3.5 and just like the way it does things. Like if you play it, it's not the same system at all, but like the design ethos is kind of similar. But like look at this fucking beaut. Look at this. I'm so jelly. I don't think the Frank and Fran books have been. Oh, hold on. Actually, dragged it off screen. I don't think the Frank and Fran books have been available in English in like a long time, and they were definitely out before the age of like, hey, here's a complete box set of something. That and all those like leather-bound tomes of like Berserk and stuff, which is nice. I like that Helsing has one of those. Super jelly. I want this to be real for Burgerlanders, please. Please, 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 I beg of ye. But yeah, I mean, I will say the Sword World stuff is available in English. So, like, if you ever want to test it out, I would say give that a go before going too deep. Oh, also, I think it's enamel time. I think it's enamel time, because probably by the time the enamel... these will need time to dry, and then I can do some shit. I do think... I'm glad that, weirdly, that, like, the biggest upgrade on them was just getting their heads in. So just the fact that they have heads means they're more like actual minis now. Manifesting burger energy, please. I crave Borgor. Tremont, get my mineral spirits. So I got some sponges nearby. I got... Oh. I got 2 sponges and then a couple, maybe like a couple other ones. I need to get more wedge sponges. I'm nearly out of my wedge makeup sponges. It's fucked up. I don't like it. That could work. Grab the enamel I need. Grab the little mixing tray. Move this bullshit around. Grab my blow dryer. Sad thing is, like, there's no way I could ever really truly make, like, oh yes, this is my enamel station. Like, these are all the enamel things I need ready to go. They just have to be on various sides of the room. It's tragic. All right. Oh shit, my stopper. There we go. But yeah, because I remember like the issue. Yeah, I kept running into it. It's like, I don't know, that maybe, like, I know Sword World has the idea of, like, homebrew settings and stuff like that, but I try to play it just, like, straight from the book, and I think inherently my brain recoils against it. Like, at least with 40k, I can just, like, entirely make, like, in Maledictum, I just make up my own subsector, and I don't have to worry about shit. It's great. I can do everything from scratch, but, like, the Sword World setting is very, like, laid out. It's very structured. It has everything. It's like set out. All like you can. It's like one of those things where like you see a like you'll see like a town book, and it'll have the name of like every important NPC there already. Which sometimes that's good. Yeah. I saw that earlier. Creed came in. It was like, have you heard the bad news? I'm like, well. Depending on what the bad news is, I was super curious. It's like, is it the Dolly Parton news, or is it the things getting retired to Legends news? And it was the Dolly Parton news. Alas, yeah. But like, once again, I don't feel too bad. She had a good run. Dolly Parton got to live to a pretty oldish age. What's really surprising is that her nephew was also her head of security. I saw that, and they're like, why is her nephew announcing everything? And it was like, oh no, he's her like security guy, and also that was like a request of hers apparently ages ago. I was like, oh, that's cool, okay. I was like, that's not too weird now, but yeah, they made all the Space Marine stats like more lore accurate, aka like way higher toughness and strength now, and then a lot of basically I think a lot of Firstborn stuff was sent to Legends. Yeah, it feels like she's been around for fucking ever. I can agree on that. And then they introduced the idea of legendary proxies, which is like, okay, these will not have rules. If you go to play with your local friends, you can run this like these older models as this other thing. But if you go to a tournament, we might say no. So like Uriel Ventress is now just a captain. Pedro Cantor is also just a captain. You can run TAC Marines as intercessors, and you can run Devastators as the Nerf boys that I don't remember from the Primaris guys. Like a Destructor Squad or something like that. I don't know, the bullshit one. I think there's also like an Eliminators can be used. There's like another one too. Yeah, that's like Oh, lots of Centaurians got squatted, which I know, like, that Paul Warhammer's a thing badly or whatever. I forget what his actual name is. Like, I think, isn't it Paul is bad at stuff or something like that? I could be totally wrong on that. I'm not accusing him of being bad. I just don't remember his name. Get better values. Oh yeah, I'd totally believe that. I would not be surprised. Probably Disney's probably a ripoff, really. I've been fully on board that, like, if I was ever had like going to Disney World money, I would just spend it on going to Legoland, if anything. I'm not really a Disney adult though, so I don't like a lot of the mystique of Disney. I have heard that the fucking Star Wars stuff is actually surprisingly good. That whole like full on like galaxy recreation of Star Wars is apparently pretty banging. Which sure, that might be true. I still don't know if that would beat Legoland for me if we're talking expensive theme parks, but like, yeah, I could see it potentially. Yeah, but yeah, it's like I feel like Dolly Parton has been around for like a million billion years, but also so like 80s like feels appropriate. I think the weird thing about Dolly Parton is that like she definitely got plastic surgery at one point. This isn't like a criticism, but like after a while, like Dolly Parton effectively went like she basically became like an ageless being. Where it's like what age is Dolly Parton? She's Dolly Parton years old. She's like time locked. She was well preserved. Anyway, seriously, in the 100 range, holy shit! I would like to go to Warhammer World one day too. I think that would be pretty fun. I was there's a British Vtuber friend of mine who's like a friend who's into Vtubers. And they were like, you could go to Warhammer World and Vexpo. Oh, I'm like, I wanted to go this year, but I had a lot of things that tank that plan super hard. I do think it'd be fun to do a double course one year though. Just 1 year, just like go to Warhammer World, go to Vexpo, do both halves of my bullshit hobby together in one. I think that'd be kind of fun. Age Elemental, real and true. She's large breast years old. Yeah. Dolly Parton, like when people invented breasted boobily, Dolly Parton had already had that shit patent for like 30 years. As is her right and privilege to do so, you know? If anybody has earned the ability to breast boobily, I think Dolly Parton fucking did her time. Oh yeah, shit, I forgot a DC one was opening up. I mean, that one is actually feasible for me to go to, which is kind of surprising. Because, I mean, like MacFest is already, like, in that area anyway. Like, when is that opening? I genuinely forgot that was supposed to be a thing. I think this might be it for next year. Oh, shit. I might have to pop in. So I'm super curious though, because I know like Warhammer World's also got like a lot of like big displays and like you can buy like Forge World Heresy stuff there. Like that's the thing I really would like to see. Like I like also if they open up DC Warhammer World and I can't buy a Realm of Chaos book for retail price, I'm gonna fucking riot. That drives me, as a Burgerlander, that drives me fucking nuts that you guys get Realm of Chaos reprints at a reasonable price. I do have a bookbinder friend of mine. I might just ask him one of these days, like, how much would I need to give you to give me, like, both of the Realm of Chaos books bundled together in, like, one big omnibus tome? That drives me nuts, though. That's also true, yeah, I'm super divorced from the ecosystem, but, like, For me, it's more like a pilgrimage sort of deal where it's like, I don't care. Like, I could go there and play Warcry or whatever. Who the fuck is going to stop me? I mean, other than, like, the armed people there who are going to stop me. Hey, Lord of Bones. How you doing? How you doing? Monte Cristo at some point. I mean, that sounds pretty legit. Like, I remember as a kid wanting to go. Oh, it's built in the warehouse. Okay, gotcha. I like remember as a kid vaguely wanting to go to like Disney World, but like in like a very abstract sense of like it was like marketing. Like when I was a kid, I was told, "Hey child, do your parents love you?" Yes. So that means they're taking you to Disney World, right? Where all the fun is had. Oh, your parents don't love you? I guess you're not going to Disney World. Sorry, Pori. I'm like, oh man. Disney was like, we don't want your broke ass. Get out of here. I'm like, okay. I guess I'll play Magic instead. The Magic was that. No, that was like when I was way younger. I guess I'll go play Lego instead was the more accurate thing. This is gonna have everything. Okay, there we go. Well, maybe once it's open and like I can confirm that it's not filled with bees or whatever, maybe I could do like a meet and greet there. That would be kind of fun. Just do a meet and greet at somebody's grand opening. Be like, yeah, come to Warhammer World. I'll be there. You know, guy. And then watch his Games Workshop employees just fill me with pepper spray or whatever the fuck. I don't know why I keep assuming that the people who work at Warhammer World are going to be actively hostile to my shit. But I don't know. I think it's kind of funnier that way. Yes. I don't know. Like I was talking about, a lot of hobbies these days are really expensive. I do Warhammer relatively thrifty. I buy all my shit used and like on a pretty steep discount. I buy a box every now and then, but even then, like as like a rare treat. Yes, the content creator derogatory as the good. I think. Live in fear. Live in fear, the content creator who lost his lid. Oh, it's over here. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Lego, like Lego's in a funny place that if you told me when I was growing up that there would be a Mordor Lego set, I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. And then you tell me that it's $400, I'd be like, why? Why would you do that? That's so mean. And I assume a lot of it is just the same thing that's happening to Magic right now. It's like, sorry, you gotta pay the license tax. Like, sure, the equivalent amount of plastic in this might be $300, but it's a Mordor set, so it's $400. Also, we don't release our own fantasy sets anymore. Eat shit. Eat shit. This guy does look really good. He's gonna darken up a bit more as the enamels dry. I might do a little bit of touch-ups and other stuff. Look at the handsome boy. Look at you, buddy. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I love him. Yeah, I probably also need to like re-shine some of the metals too, just because they got tarnished a little bit in the flattening. I like the metal varnish, but it definitely also makes my metallics a little not there. I love Bionicle. Although the thing is, like, growing up, Lego was fine. Like I distinctly remember having memories of like when I was young enough where like an allowance would happen. Like when I was a young lad. I immediately thought, I'm not a Disney adult, but I started thinking about when I was a young warthog, like that song. I don't know why. I guess I am a young warthog at heart. I did the Moi Moi tune off screen. Why did I do that? That doesn't make sense. That's the bit's wrong. But anyway. But like when I was younger, it was totally feasible to get Lego sets. I was getting like big ones for Christmas, and like that was within like big Christmas toy range. But like I would straight up just like, they'd be like, all right, little baby Hal, here's a couple dollars each week because you did your chores and you were good in school. And if you save up, maybe you could buy a medium-sized Lego set. And I was like, oh shit, you mean it? You know, I didn't swear until I was in college. But like, as a child, that arrangement made a lot of sense, you know? Where it was like, yeah, that's perfect for a child. You got a big variety of sets that were like $5 to $10 that had like a decent amount of stuff in them. How you doing, Huggy? How you doing? I'm bitching about Lego. But yeah, you had like enough sets that were like within that range that still got you a lot. You'll get like little buggies and like little like the little fake Indiana Jones set that had like bunch of skeletons and like little buggies, and you get multiple minifigures and you get bats and crocodiles and shit. It was great. It was great. Whole week at school. Hell yeah, let's go. I think I just got my Bionicles for Christmas. I think it was like me and my stepbrother each got 3 of them. I got Onua and Potaku. Potaku? The Kiki boy. Whose name a little bit escapes me. And I feel like I got because like there was was it Galley? Who's the third one in that fusion? Because like the Toa would fuse in sets of 3. Because I remember my stepbrother got Kopaku, Lua, and then Tahu. I think those were a fusion. I think Gali, Ondua, and Super Pochaco. Yeah, Super Pochaco. Everybody's favorite Bionicle, Super Pochaco, and all of her thickness was everybody's favorite Bionicle. Super Pochaco. Yeah, I was trying to think of the like I think it is like Pohaku or Pohaka or something like that. The happy-go-lucky Kiki boy for Bionicle, and for some reason Super Pochaco came in my brain instead. Yeah, let's see. We did eventually get the Boroks. I did get an okay amount of the Boroks because they were like you could get them like for like $5 or $7 each. I forget exactly how much. But once again, it was enough that like a child that got pocket change at the time could do that. Then again, I actually legitimately wonder. I'm curious how badly inflation is right now, though. Because there was a brief shining moment in my family life where we were middle class. But maybe we were slightly better off than I recall. Let me check a thing. Hold on. I'm getting these little orange bits. Yeah, no, I'm really trying to reboot it too, and it just didn't work. What was it? Let's see. I'm curious what inflation calculator. I want to go to like I was a young lad in 1996. Let's say January 1996 to now. How much is $5 worth? 1081. Okay. And yeah, oh god, yeah, when Pokemon was only cared about by children instead of scalpers. Oh, I missed that. I don't even do anything with Pokemon now, but the idea that most Pokemon cards are going to scalpers drives me fucking nuts. Original factory store? Oh, jelly. We never had like an official. I only got to see a proper Lego store like as an adult in a I think it was like in Washington when I was visiting some like extended family members for a bit. And it was like I was like, ooh, fancy. Ooh, fancy. Like, I mean, by that point, like it's modern Lego, so like I think I ended up getting like one of those like creator sets that turned into a or cheap as $150 USD on eBay. So not like another like I guess she doesn't really get figures much anymore. I haven't really looked at like what the Bishoujo figure scene is. Because like unfortunately I only have so much money for expensive hobbies, and even though I think Bishoujo figures are neat, I'm not quite at that range yet. I can get like a nice little pop-up parade or whatever every now and then as a treat, but I'm not quite at like Bishoujo. I mean, I think it were Bishoujo. Again, I don't know. Like there's that like I was about to say no, the fucking Novel Horizons that was making figures blew up recently, so not a lot of figures happening in the indie scene, which is a bummer. It's a bummer. I'm actually curious when it went to Ami, what's like the top hit these days. Club Iron Mouse? Is that a thing? Is that legitimately a thing? Let me get Ami. What you got going on, bud? What's on Ami? Wait, they own Bricklink? What the fuck? Wait, what? Hold on. So, this is a very interesting ranking. This is a very interesting ranking on Ami right now. because it looks like Fujos and Dude Enjoyers are actually like voting pretty hard with their wallets right now. There we go. It was there. Yeah, there we go. We got some slow damage and some Togaido no Chi. There we go. I know that one. That one's Yaoi, I believe. I think so. Anyway, there was like a million years ago that I was on a VTuber collab about that was reading that game, I believe. Like we were doing a reading of it before it got explicit because the setting is kind of funny. Shame what happened to him though, because he got that like terminally racist disease where you just rant on Twitter all day. Real tragic. Real tragic. Let me actually go just to like the shoujo category though. I'm curious what's rocking that. There's a Pop-Up Parade's Saino Uda figure? No shit. Actually, it's like, sounds pretty decent actually. I bought Saino Uda like a million years ago. I need to actually like finish that because it's got that like flesh body horror misanthropy stuff that I enjoy. This isn't bad for like 71. Actually, well, that's a lie. This is 79 yen. This is like $50 US. Really? That's crazy. I'm kind of surprised how good the Pop-Up Parade figures are, you know? It's kind of nuts. Like, used to be if you got like a $50 figure, they look like fucking like, Satyr or whatever. I love how Satyr became such a famous bootleg, though, that now, like, the bootleg is legitimately a fucking, like, rare treasure. For context, there was a Saber figure. It was a bootleg many, many ages ago. It's beautiful. She's beautiful in every way. Look at her. Look at this beautiful figure. Look at this beautiful. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so like I'm not going to use this as an emote directly. However, hold on. We be cooking. I think with the right recoloring and repainting, this would kind of fuck as an emote for myself, you know? Yeah, it was so infamous for just like how shitty it was that there's Satyr fan art, there's like Satyr like t-shirts and like it's like there's so much. There's like a whole wiki on Satyr. Hold on. Is there like a link to why are images stored so weird now? I like this iteration of it. Hold on, this is a very good drawing. Fuck off, WebP. Oh, this is you breaking your magic. That's unfortunate. It be like that sometimes though. Like I love seeing it transferred into art. It's just like it's so amazing. Just like one of those things where it's like sometimes something can be so bad that it just like transcends. I love it when something's so bad it transcends quality. Where it's like, yes. Objectively, this is a piece of shit figure, but it's just like, chef's kiss magical. She looks like she's being choked out. I don't... Okay, so I see a little bit where you're going from, though. I see where you're going for that a little bit. We were looking up. I am very glad that turned into like a very nice thing online where people were like, oh yeah, I learned how to draw better and like, you know, community and stuff. I was like, oh, that's nice. That's sweet. See, that's why you gotta play Aristocrats. It's not even a color thing. You just gotta play Aristocrats. Aristocrats is life. Aristocrats is love. Aristocrats will set you on the path of glory. Oh, that does remind me of like now that the Zardu Layak book's gone, I can actually like start reading the tainted and the turned the new Trazen Orkin book. The Wicked and the Warp, there we go. For some reason, I was thinking it was like a T alliteration. Like, that's not right. That's not right. How you doing, Clone Squad? How you doing? So you just stepped on a steeple, need alert. You've been having a rough time, my guy. You've been having a brutal time lately. How did Ye Old Red Wedding turn out? Did that go well? Was it everything you hoped and dreamed? Yeah, the taint and the turnt, exactly. That classic literary masterpiece, you know, the one that everybody knows. That one. that well-established gem. But yeah, no, that's like I don't think though like the Infinite Divine's like my favorite 40K book ever. And it's definitely overhyped a lot, but it's still pretty good. It was still a good book, and I did enjoy it. So I'm curious where they're going to go with it. I'm very worried. Like spiritually, I'm worried a little bit too much. Where it's like, I'm afraid it's going to lean in. Like the first one was like just kind of like a nice little magical moment, and I'm afraid the second one might milk it too hard. It's kind of like the same crew behind it, but between like the audiobook and the writing book. So I'm not super worried, but there's that little glimpse of panic in my head. Oh, it's a Saturday thing. Ah, I got you. Just gotta keep stealing yourself mentally for that. So yeah, I'm hoping it's done well. I'm hoping it's done well. I'm hoping that is the sequel that I didn't know. I didn't really think it needed a sequel, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with there being a sequel. It doesn't feel that egregious. How you doing, Z's? How you doing? Thank you for the head pat. Thank you. This is the equivalent of me getting like a pizza when I do my reading quiz. I'm like, I read a book, and you're like, good job, buddy. Do be reading books. Many unks like you all live on Saturdays. No, that's real and true. It's real and true. I work 5 days a week. Typical 9 to 5 job. I got roughly an hour and a half of commute. In total. I got friend groups I gotta balance. My shit's tired. I need Saturdays. I need Saturdays for me. I need them. I need them so bad. I think my neighbor is a corpo. Yeah, corpo Vtuber, or like just like it's him, John, Microsoft. I feel like it. Then again, a lot of like Hololive corpo Vtubers are being moved to Japan though. So unless you live in Japan, which I can't rule out necessarily. It does feel like a lot of them moved there just so they're close to HQ and also access to all like the motion tech and whatnot. That seems to be pretty common, which I know is apparently leading to a lack of streams because time zone fuckeries now. Like, I kind of get it, because Cover is trying to basically, like, well, VTubing as streaming is not nearly as profitable. I mean, to be fair, VTubing as, like, a streaming enterprise. Be like 200 times in German? I don't remember shit. But, what's it called? Cancel the studio access after they move. Oh, that fucking sucks. God, that fucking sucks. It's a shame that Cover is Cover, because they do, like, they got nice people there, and they just, like, every time, you're like, you keep getting people getting frustrated because of, like, management and decisions. Nah, it's fine. I also kind of understand, though, technically, like, I do know the era of, like, if you're a company, like, you're paying employees and stuff like that. I don't know if streaming really gets you that money anymore compared to, like, merch deals and, like, concerts, and maybe I also don't know how profitable concerts are. Maybe concerts are just like a courtesy fee for merch to happen. But yeah, doing that bait and switch after moving though is real shitty. That's real unfortunate. There we go. Doing a big old fucking stretch. How are the lads doing? Hold on, let me get. They're still definitely darkening up. I'm actually kind of okay with how the eyes turned out. I was like I could maybe go in there with like a really thin brush if I don't really have that thin of a brush. I could maybe go back in and try to do some highlight bits. Ew, lad. Lad. I love how shitty the yellow turned out. This sounds like a weird backhanded compliment, but because the yellow was kind of splotchy, and because of the texture of the shield, that actually like really soaked in the like enamel paint. So it kind of like really makes it look kind of like weird and like not done properly. But like in a way that like an orc would do it, like dirty and worn and kind of like fading. How you doing, Shadow? How you doing? How you doing? Microsoft, more like when Microsoft wind blows. Am I right? The corked up in the goo. No, I don't like that. Burp. Nope. Throw it back. Throw it back into the ocean. Yeah, these guys aren't too far off. What I really need to do, I think, this weekend is I need to find some way to convince myself to paint on a Saturday without streaming it. I know that sounds weird and dumb, but like to be able to get like some like angles and get into like maybe like really get up close to some details that's just not really feasible when streaming. Just to like maybe get like a couple. I got a couple of little projects backed up that I think I'd like to free myself from. I want to paint the Wookiees. But I can't in good heart paint the Wookiees until I get some shit done. But I want to paint the Wookiees. They look so fun. They look so fun to paint. I also gotta build the rest of my Star Wars Legion guys as well, but that's not too bad. Luckily, Legion models aren't terribly hard to build. It's annoying that you have to go online to get their instructions every time. Also, Shadow, thank you for a sub for 52 months. Holy shit. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Thank you. Also, 365 punches. That's a solid year of Elf. That is an entire year of Elf streams spread over the course of many years. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you for watching my shit for so long. I do appreciate it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think weirdly enough, because you need the instructions, like, sometimes when I build shit, I just like having the book on my lap and doing stuff. Yeah, I really like all the customizable kits. As somebody who finds it annoying that every Star Wars property is just, oh boy, it's the characters, you know. Like, I really like the customizable kits. I need to work my way through what I got so far, and then I might pick one of those up. Or, you know, I guess I could also find like a cool 3D print online and just print off the cards for them, you know. Yeah, it's always the layer of friction. That always, like, and basically like everything, the more layers of friction you got, the worse it is to do something. So I think unironically, if you have access to a printer, just like I'd say just print off the instructions and just like leave them in the box. And then that way, if you ever feel the urge, you're like, oh, they're like right here. There we go. Oh yeah, Kashyyyk table. I have to imagine somebody's done like a Kashyyyk table. I've seen some really cool Star Wars tables where like they did like the big trees, but they like basically what they do is it's just a trunk. You have a tree trunk and it goes all the way up and it cuts off at the top because like if you were a mini, like you would be able to see like maybe the bottoms of the trees. But for the most part, like the leaves are just nowhere near where you're at. So if you did like foliage on the bottom that's like fallen leaves and stuff like that, you can actually kind of do like a nice, probably relatively easy board to set up. You just print a bunch of stumps and then you just dry brush the stumps. And then you add a little bit of like scatter terrain and like, boom, there you go. You got yourself like a Kashyyyk board. Also probably get some of the, honestly, you probably could just play Star Wars Battlefront 2 and just use the Kashyyyk mission for that and just kind of base your board around like everything that's in there. That'd probably work. I feel like that would work. How you doing? Keep hitting all these guys with the orange because I mean the orange definitely needed touched up on a lot of them. Got the fucking heat I gotta deal with, but that's going to be painted over later, so it's fine. I don't know if that was years ago though. I wouldn't be surprised. It's kind of surprising how long Legion's been around. I'm so used to Star Wars properties just fucking exploding. It's like I've heard nothing but good things about the new Star Wars trading card game. I won't play it. I will not play it unless like I am given cards because I can't have another Star Wars thing die on me. The only reason I can do Legion, the only reason I can justify Legion mentally is that if Legion dies, I just have really weird Imperial Guard. I just have really weird Imperial Guard for 3rd edition. And that's enough. That's enough to keep me going. Is Shadowpoint dead? I still, like, there's a decent amount of boxes of it at my shop, but I actually don't know anyone who plays it. Like, are they still producing stuff? Is it just on life support? Is it just not very popular? I guess it's tricky because they're competing with Marvel Crisis Protocol, and there's not, like, a really good Legion equivalent other than, like technically Warhammer, like 40K. But they also kind of target different like gameplay niches, I think. Like, I know Legion is a much tighter game than 40k, and you got a lot more like tactical options and moving parts and stuff like that. Which I think is neat. It's no longer being prioritized. Ah, okay. So it's basically on like, they'll keep probably producing existing models, but it's effectively on life support. Ah, okay. I think, oh, something just popped. Weird. Okay. So basically kind of what G-dubs did with, I think Warcry is like that, where people are like, is Warcry dead? They're like, no, you know, it's like, it's chilling. And you're like, oh, Warcry's dead. Okay. Okay, Games Workshop. We know what you do. We know what you do. But yeah, I guess that's not surprising though. Where it's like, well, there's already a Star Wars game, so if you're in Star Wars just for the license, that part's already been cannibalized. And Marvel Crisis Protocol already cannibalized that like 3 dudes, kind of like 6 dudes skirmish game. I also like Warcry, but it's not. I think Games Workshop has stopped. I think what's annoying about Warcry, and I kind of wonder about this for like long-term popularity, I feel like a lot of expansions to Warcry were done exclusively in big, expensive box sets. And like, I have to imagine like every time they release like a big box set with like a lot of terrain and stuff, like I would always see those clog my LGS. And I always thought they were cool and wanted one, but they're also kind of expensive, you know? Part of me would like to see a plastic Marigal, but I don't know. A lot of Heresy stuff is really specific. Oh, no, okay. No, I know what I want. I want Erebus, baby. You know, like fucking Iron Warriors got Fucknuts McTerminator. There's a lot of names. All the Space Marine main chapters got their you know, all the Codex compliant boys who had their standard stuff got their like one guy. Give me Erebus. Give me Erebus, motherfuckers. Where Legions of Shatterpoint was in their own house. They were like quiet legions. Oh yeah, I forgot that they did both. I kind of was like, for some reason I totally like misremembered that as like they made Legion and then they made Shatterpoint to compete with Marvel Crisis Protocol. But you're right. No, it was the opposite. Weird. And then they took poor sweet X-Wing out behind the shed. Because fuck us, I guess. Also, like I know that like there's like the second edition update kind of fucked over a lot of shit. But it's so wild how legitimately it went from like, this is competing with Games Workshop, and it's one of the most popular war games of all time, just to like put it in the fucking dirt, you know? Put it in the dirt. Like it's a like, I understand Armada. I understand Armada's a way more niche game, so I'm not surprised that one kind of petered out. But it's like, dude, come on. How do you fuck up X-Wing that badly? It was designed to be easy for people, and then you made it not easy. That's true. I never got to try it. I will say I can't say anything about the quality of it. I just did the same thing again. Fuck, hold on. I just need a little bit of orange paint. Just a drop of it. Just need a tiny bit of this. But yeah, I used to play X-Wing for a very brief period of time. I was what would I run? Oh yeah, I was doing Scoundrels. I had Slave 1, and it was like a very low model count list. It was Slave 1 and then that like one ship that was like a pirate X-Wing. It was like a mining guild pirate X-Wing, whatever, with like Dumpo McFart guy, like, you know, somebody who just didn't matter, someone who wasn't like a character people gave a shit about. Slave 1 was a fucking beast though. People would like chase me and I would fire back at them with that. I remember it had a turret that had like really good range. Like I don't mean like distance, I mean like 360-degree shots or something like that. Where it was like, yeah, I could just kind of just outmaneuver them while shooting in the back. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I might still have them actually in a box somewhere. I forgot if I like sold those at some point or not. I might have to see. That'd be kind of fun to maybe repaint them someday. Because like the, you know, pre-painted minis don't do a huge amount for me, but like, I don't know, if I can spruce them up, and I know plenty of people do. Yeah, I do remember seeing a Stardust, like there's like a secondhand bookstore I go to occasionally, and for the longest time they just had like a Star Destroyer from Legion, and I was like, well, this is cool. They always priced it way too high there. I'm like, no, this game is not alive. You're on meth. What are you talking about? You should not be charging nearly this high for this thing in this used store. And then I guess somebody thought that was the good price though, and they scooped it up. I could be wrong. Maybe it was actually like a rare gem or whatever. How's the boy looking? The new slightly glazed treated oranges are doing pretty good. Time wise, we're getting near the end. I think I really just gotta get some more. Then again, I guess I could also just kind of leave the feet a bit like last. I don't need to make the feet super bright. I'm gonna dirt them the fuck up anyway. How much did you need to buy for them, Marla? Like was it straight up like you needed like a actual like proper fleet, I guess? T-49 Decimator. Ooh, I don't recognize that. I forget, did they ever add like Hapen ships? Like the Hapes like Star Dragons or whatever to that? What the fuck is this? Wow, you're really not wrong. It's like... It does have Millennium Falcon energy where... Oh my god, hold on. Hold the fuck on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's fair, honestly. That's kind of a stupid chapter of Star Wars anyway. I thought their ships were cool, though. Look at this bad boy. That's a lot for pre-painted, I will say. That does feel like a lot. I love how it's got the little TIE fighter like cockpit window, but it's like a bit. It's like if you took a TIE fighter and you flattened it out like a pancake. I don't hate it, mind you. I don't think it's like a bad ship or like ugly or like even like... It's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny because you are right. It is just like, hey, Empire needs a Falcon. What do we got? What do we got? That's kind of fun. That as an excuse is pretty fun. I think that's neat. Our superior ship. Oh, so it got dumpstered. It got dumpstered immediately. Oh, that's tragic. That is unfortunate. I gotta get that little belt bit. I did it. I did this incorrect. Once again, easy builds for me are just super annoying to try to do like sub-assembly wise, so I don't usually bother. And then every time I'm like, I should have done that. I should have just powered through it and sub-assembled anyway. I should have sub-assembled anyway. But I will say, today was really good lat progress. Battlefront 2, really? It's been a million years since I played Battlefront 2, so that might be right. How you doing, Heather? How you doing? Unfortunately, I was actually gonna wrap up for tonight because it's kind of late. Is there a Legion? Really? Shit, that's kind of rad, actually. I would have assumed they would have been decanonized. Part of me just kind of assumed that they would no longer be canon in the Great EU Purge. But yeah. And with that, thanks for coming, everybody. I had a lot of fun. On Thursday, I will be playing the Dreamcast Magic the Gathering game that was exclusive to Japan. That's a game that's real. It's a real game. Even me a love for Orange. Orange is good. Orange is good. Yeah, Magic the Gathering Dreamcast mention. And then on Sunday, probably I'll be painting the I will probably be painting the Raptors again. I did print a bunch of stuff for their bases, so ideally this weekend I want to get their bases built, and then I'll be doing that. And with that, I'm going to cut the YouTube people loose. So bye, YouTube people. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah, it's a strange strat, but it's kind of neat. Let me see.